Started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jacking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Script is how we play a game. From start to next time, chasing fame. With the gear behind me, changing scenes. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strong, curing and chill. Far cracking jokes, go stop the thrill. In the land of kiwis, we ride the waves. Our road streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Wednesday, the 10th of September, 2025, and welcome back to the channel. I've been streaming for a little while, been busy with other things, but it's great to be back. Before we go any further, Pulse Jitsu with Fast Abdoul, he's here for the tech. If you are still here, Fast Abdoul, I wanted to offer a suggestion to you. Do you want to... Maybe not today, actually probably not today because I've got stuff already lined up, but sometime in the future, do you want to have a call in on my channel? I'd love to chat with you, man. In specific, I'd like to talk with you about Maximus DAO and all of the perpetuals. Now this is cryptocurrency we're talking about. You might gather from his YouTube handle, Pulse Jitsu, his Pulse Chain, Hexagon, and someone who I've listened to a lot over the last couple of years. And just on the RH Max Hex Week streams, I was very interested in the Maximalist DAO and all of the perpetuals. I have dabbled myself, but you know, these things take, you start this process. Hey, by the way, where's my chat? Hang on. Oh, that's right. We turned the chat off because we had Poopsie on screen. Okay, now we got the chat back up. Yeah, so you start these perpetual tokens, and then all of a sudden a couple of years goes by, and then I understand that there's been some kind of falling out with the creators of these tokens, like Dip Capture and what's the other guy's name? Gold Key. I believe that they're not very favored in the community anymore, but the thing is the contracts still exist, and one of them's coming up for renewal, or which one is it? Base or it's coming up at the end of Maximus Base and Maximus Trio, both ending shortly, or at least rolling over. And so I think, Fast Abdoul, judging by your lack of response, I'd assume you're not here. Maybe you've just got a bot that puts that in my chat all the time, but I'll probably reach out to you some other way. Either way, folks, we're here to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the terms of service that have changed on DLive. Now, we know, and I know from looking at it, I can't show this. Actually, I can show that. That's all right. There is some sketchy content on DLive. That I thought that might have been porn right there, but it's not. So that's okay to show you. But if I was to go into the movie world channel on DLive, speaking of DLive, Davo, damn, no DLive stream? What? I'm on DLive. They kicked me off. I've been kicked off DLive. I've only just started my stream and I've been booted off already. What the fuck, dude? I'm on I was on the stream. Look, man, that's what? They really don't like me over there. This stream, go to my channel. Wow, it's a bit clunky. Go to my channel. Rerun. Replays. 7 minutes ago. They turned me off after 7 minutes because I'm discussing the DLive terms and services updates. I'll start it again then. All right. Thanks for letting me know, Davo. I'm going to stop the stream from DLive and I'm going to restart it again. Restarted. We'll see how that pops up. We'll just refresh your trousers there. It should be a few seconds or a minute or so until it kicks back in. That's bizarre though. I'm just here to talk rerun still. Just refresh your trousers. I just want to make sure this runs on DLive. Yeah, there we go. We're live on DLive again. DLive. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So we're back up. Thank you for letting me know there, Davo. I will keep that tabbed out and keep myself alertable to the situation on the DLive machine. If they bump me off again, I'll just restart it again. Let me just check my bitrate output because I did lower that the other day, putting it back to, yeah, it's 9,000, so we should be fine. It's not a bitrate issue. DLive just didn't like it. That's a very good timing that should happen though, because DLive have updated their terms of services. They've actually updated their homepage, or their front page, and it looks a little different. I think we should just address that. And then we should just, I just want to read the terms that I want to see where it says you can broadcast porno on DLive, because like I said, definitely cannot be showing you this. But if I go to the movie world category, which I'm doing right now, movie world, actually I can show you that, that's fine. But this here, this stream right here is hardcore porn. It's by a channel called Baddie PMVs. And I'll just get off there for a second and go down. And I definitely can't show you this one. I can show you just the top of this. So back on this screen, this stream just here, you get the idea. I can't show it to you, but you get the idea. It's effectively, that's a blurred image, but it's not blurred. So there is that channel was called Wiki Waka Waka Waka. 28 viewers in Wiki Waka Waka Waka, 87 in Baddie PMVs. And apparently this is fine. We've been hearing that it's fine. I want to just go and find out. I want to read the terms, and then once we've decided that yes, it's good to, or it's okay to do that on DLive, then we'll just move on and so be it, right? But for as long as I've been streaming, and as long as I've been streaming on DLive, that was forbidden and people got banned. Some creatives that are creators, I'm trying to say creative creators. Some creators I know, or one person got banned because she was doing bikini streams. And that wasn't even porn. But this is full blown, and it's not even, it's just, they're just playing clips on the channel. They're not reacting to them. They're just broadcasting. I mean, well, I can still show you this because it hasn't changed. But if I go back down to this, yeah, they're literally just playing a blacked.com video. Straight up, not just breaking, but well, not anymore breaking the terms, but definitely breaking copyright terms. They're just broadcasting someone else's material. Pretty funny. So if we were to go over to DLive, we'll make that larger so we can all see. So this has changed. The layout is different. This drop-down menu from the sidebar, that's like all of my personal content is now up here. It used to be down on this side. I don't mind that. A change is good for the family, for the holiday, for the vacation. But if we check this community tab skins, there are a few things on here. Streaming just got a glow up. a modern, user-friendly interface crafted to bring you a smoother, more enjoyable streaming experience just launched. Did it now? September 8. Let's read this announcement and see what we can seize. Are we still live on DLive, by the way? Actually, I'm going to just keep refreshing that just to verify. I want to make sure that we don't get bumped off again. Do I see myself live? Yep, still live. Okay, cool. So let's read. It's here, DLive fam, the big moment. We've officially rolled out our brand new user-friendly interface designed to give you a, why is that uppercase? To give you a smoother and more enjoyable streaming experience with a fresh modern look. Get in there and check it out. That's it. That's the entire announcement. This person's got, what a crappy dog shit interface. Please change it back. One response. DLive is definitely on the D down, D dead. So let's take a look at these service guidelines. If we go welcome to DLive, I guess that's probably a good place to start. Viewer earnings. Yo, Elsa, what's DLive? Good question, man. Elsa, how you going? Nice to see you. Nice to have you. Yes, someone from the DLive days. Davo's over there still. Sorry to have to let you know, but it's good now. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. So, Elsa, by the way, I didn't believe you when you said that there's porno on DLive, and I've seen it now. I've seen it many times. It seems to just be 2 channels, and by the way, those channels, Baddie PMVs has been broadcasting for, in this instance, they've been live for, I'm glad I didn't get to that. It's pretty good quality too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Where's the time live? It's got 98 viewers right now. 10 hours and 45 minutes they've been broadcasting. It's like renting DVDs and just playing them on stream, right? They've been doing it for 10 hours and they're monetized. That's this stream. It's on repeat, is it? Okay, it's on a repeat. Stream has been, there are 3, they're not massive donations, but 174 lemons, 100 lemons, 10 lemons. I've got to get that off the screen because it's pretty distracting. It's high quality porn, but it's very distracting. That's Baddie's PMV, and then there is Wiki Waka 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 playing Blacked.com. Oh, look at this. Streamer is offline. DLive team. Please note that if you stream sensitive content, including sexually explicit material. Oh, wait, what? Whoa. Shit, it just changed. Wait, okay, so it just changed. It brought up a warning. Okay, what's going on here? Hold on a second. So I didn't do anything, but it just reset and it gave me a warning. Please select your age group. That's an auto message. Does that mean, but hang on, the please select your age is it auto message or this one from the DLive team? Let me read it clearly. I thought I was about to jump back up to full-blown porn and I was a bit frightened. Please note that if you stream sensitive content on DLive, including sexually explicit material or nudity, your channel may be mature X-tagged. So that's it? They're not taking it down. They're just saying you got to be mature. Do you know what's funny about that? Elsa, you'll remember. Mature/X-tagged never meant porno on DLive. We streamed about this many times. Because I remember having this conversation with Tidy, I think, saying if you use the phrase X-tag, that actually means porn. Anywhere else on the planet, X-tag is porn, right? It's X-rated, it's porno. Mature is not porno, but X is. DLive would know, no, that's not porn. X just means more sensitive than mature. But now it looks like they're saying X actually means porn. Elsa, if it detects the porn, it changes to X tag. So you are allowed to broadcast porn and it has to be considered X. So if I was to go and click these checkboxes, I'm going to assume 100%, right? That's a big change, man. I'm going to assume I'll get off screen, but I'm going to click that last one. Okay, I'll come back. I didn't do anything. But if I click I'm over 18, I better be careful, right? If I click that, yep, I'm really glad I jumped off because this chick's copping a hiding right there. Okay, so I want to see where that says that in the terms. I want to see. I got to get that off the screen because I'm getting super distracted. So it's completely fine to stream it. I'm going to just make a comment so that you guys know that I'm here. Who's here? Who's here in 2025? Okay. That's pretty hot. I'll describe what's going on. An enthusiastic white woman with lovely hair and well, she hasn't got any clothes on. I'm not sure where they went, but she's naked. She's applying what looks to be like some kind of oil substance to. Yeah, that's these guys. There's two guys. These guys happen to be dark skinned, and they're also naked. In fact, something's wrong because they're both very excitable, and she's. I gotta get off there. Let me get off there. Let's go back. The toss changed without notice. Okay, so let's go back and find out where these terms of services changed. So where does it say this? You go to community. Forget this glow up crap. I want to see where it talks about broadcasting porn. Welcome to DLive service guidelines. It'll be in here, right? Surely. DLive provides a service that allows users to broadcast and upload content they've created. They have created and wish to share. Oh, I thought that said or wish, because these people didn't create this shit. They're just ripping it off. In certain circumstances, the service provides creators with an opportunity to earn rewards. Right. So you can cash in on it. On DLive, we would like everybody to feel welcome and to be able to call this platform home. These guidelines are applicable to DLive website, DLive mobile, blah, 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 blah. Cultivate a welcoming, safe, blah, blah, blah. Be respectful, friendly, encourage. Let's just search for the word porn. Okay, hang on. General prohibitions. DLive prohibits activities and materials including live streams, videos, profiles, and comments that are harmful, encourage or promote harmful, violate any of the terms, include content involving child porn. Okay, that's still out. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing that's still out. What about just regular porn? Copyright. You must not transmit, publicly perform, publicly display, or reproduce copyrighted materials unless you hold the copyright authority. So, of course, that's always been... So that hasn't really changed because that's always been the way it is. But not the difference, but the catch-all was that if someone saw that you were broadcasting their material, they can issue the DMCA takedown notice to DLive, and DLive have to act on it. That's under sexually explicit. Is that the terminology? Okay, we'll search for that then. We'll definitely find it. I mean, if it's slipped in somehow, they've said that you can do it, or it's been omitted. That's probably more likely. It's just not there. The term sexually explicit probably isn't there. Let's find that. Search for sexually. Here we go. Okay, so the word sexual comes up. Still under general prohibitions. So this is a reminder, DLive prohibits activities and materials that are using sexually explicit language towards another user or describing sexualized body parts of another user. Okay, that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing broadcasted sexually explicit content. We're not seeing sexually explicit language. They're not directing sexually explicit language towards another user of the platform, or they're not describing sexualized body parts of another user. No, so they're not doing that. Or attacks another user through derogatory terms related to sexual activity. For example, whore, slut, and they put the C word. Oh, we did read this a little while ago. I remember reading the C word. They actually wrote it. Yeah, you can't say punt, the one that starts with a k and ends in unt. You can't say that. Well, okay, but what about, I mean, in some of these videos, they might use those words. It doesn't actually say constitute or encourage hate speech that directly attacks a person or group on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, medical or mental condition, disability, age, sexual orientation, gender, or gender identity. Okay. I don't think it's there, dude. Mature tag. Content on the public listing pages of DLive is PG-13, mainly for gaming and general entertainment. Please visit for details how to properly tag your channel. Okay, yeah. Maybe we've got to come back to that. Last updated last year on December 6th. So let's just check this link to how to correctly tag your channel in case that has a mention of porn. Content rating policy updated 3 months ago. Just like the copyright issues, Elfsar, it's not enforced. But it's not even here. That's the thing. Joel, just rev, but we can talk shit about a group's actions. Yeah. Yeah, true. You just can't. As long as you don't specify anyone in particular in the group, you're okay. Let's see if it mentions it in here. This rating policy is in addition to the service guidelines, which all users must adhere to. Blah, blah, bing, blang, blang. DLive offers the following ratings. Yeah, you just can't say nice tits in the chat. No, you can. You can say that because that's not derogatory. It was derogatory, wasn't it? Well, you can't. Using sexually explicit language towards another user describing sexualized body. Oh no, okay, it's neither favorable or non-favorable. You just can't mention it. You can say the word tits, but you can't say nice. You can't describe them. You can't use sexually explicit language towards another. You can just write the word tits, and it's not directed at anybody. It's pretty unclear, isn't it? Really. But either way, family-friendly stuff shown on the homepage. Family-friendly streams are intended for all audiences, including those under the age of 18. You must not contain any mature content. If you do have mature content, it should be classified as mature. By default, all DLive streams are classified as family-friendly unless you choose to switch the mature tag on in the settings. Or if you're like me and DLive permanently tag your channel, for some reason my channel got permanent M tagged. And I didn't do any of this. All I did was read their terms and got tagged. Mature audience is shown on the homepage with a warning. This rating is for streams that are appropriate for mature audiences only. That's a mosquito, see ya. Come back over here and I'll swat you. This includes but not limited to gambling, 18+ video games, smoking, drinking alcohol, excessive profanity, sexually suggestive materials that do not violate our service guidelines. We read all the service guidelines. There's nothing in there about broadcasting hardcore porn. Nothing in there at all. You can broadcast porn. They've taken that. It's not even in there. DLive says no to child porn. That's definitely a good point. No child porn. Regulation porn, fine. Discussions, depictions, or simulations of violence, including fantasy. Okay. Other behaviors inappropriate for minors or vulnerable people. Enabling the mature tag will require users to agree to watch your content. This option is saved in their user's browser via a cookie. Failure to place an appropriate mature tag on your live stream may result in a mature tag placed on your entire channel for 3 consecutive days. Mine's been there forever. When in doubt, just use it. Okay. X tag. Here we go. This should be interesting. X tag is monetizable via subscriptions, but doesn't get shown on the homepage. X tag content will be restricted to users who have the X tag content filter enabled. So a viewer must enable the X tag, otherwise they won't see it. The X tag can be applied to individual pieces of content or to the entire channel. Make that larger. This is probably where we're going to get to the guts of it. For example, the following categories of material or behavior, to the extent they are acceptable under the terms of service and the service guidelines to which all material and behavior must conform, must also have an X tag. Behaviors and statements that may lead to political or religious strife. I'm getting louder because the next point, sexual materials is allowed, with the exception of content involving child porn. There it is, folks. There it is. It's right there as updated. 3 months ago, sexual material is allowed. I say bring on the booty streamers. I say bring it back. Elsa, I made noise about that 3 months ago. Look, okay, I'm going to come out, and this might not be favorable opinion. I've always thought this is how it should be. If you want to, by the way, not broadcasting black.com and dorsal and not just ripping shit off porn websites and uploading it and monetizing it. That's extremely illegal. But if you want to make your own sexual content, why is that so frowned upon? I believe this is the right stance that DLive's taking. They're saying you can do that. You have to follow these rules. You have to X tag your channel, X tag the content. It won't be shown on the homepage. If a viewer wants to watch it, they've got to enable that. So you got to walk into that section of the video store, if you know what I'm saying. It's the same kind of thing. You don't just walk in and see Titanic and next to it, I won't even say, right? You have to go into the other section. That's the same thing. You have to go into the other section of the platform. You have to have all the priorities set, and off you go. We're all adults here. Why is that so bad, or why was it so bad? This might be the first time that I'm actually saying to DLive, job well done. This is the right take on this position. You've done that correct. Now, if you wanted to actually set this about and make it something, you probably should have a section for it. Instead of just letting it happen in movie world, these two channels are going, yeah, we're allowed to do it. Let's just put it in movie world. You probably should have a separate section for, hardcore X-rated sexual content. When was it changed? 3 months ago. 3 months ago, updated content rating policy, which is interesting because the service guidelines were updated December 6. So 3 months ago would have made it, July or something, August, July 2025. But the service content guidelines was updated earlier. And then it looks like the content rating was slipped in to say, oh, by the way, porno's fine. It's very interesting right now that it's monetized by subscriptions because, look, I could make money. If I wanted to be sly, I could just download a whole bunch of porn VODs, put them in VLC on a random repeat, start a new channel on DLive, and just broadcast that and just watch the lemons come rolling in. These streams, I can't bring them up, obviously, but these streams are getting donated to. People are donating to these streams. And if DLive bring back this idea of being like earning the lemon just by creating content, so the longer you stream, the more you earn, that's actually incentivized, and they're not enforcing any copyright policy. That's incentivizing people to rip all the shit they want and then upload it and just have it on cycle. Does the porn still find its way on the wheel, or is that fixed now? I never saw that, but that is a problem. If that happens, that's a problem. But it shows up in a browser search of games. Does it really, Just Rev? Interesting. If someone is X tagged, they should be banned from using other tags. That's a good point. Yeah, true. If you're gonna X tag, by default, if you include that tag, you shouldn't be able to also include family friendly, and then you're playing both, right? Yeah, you're right. They need to restrict the streams to only one category. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's had 3 months to get this. This has been happening for 3 months. I kind of want to show it to you. Look, go back over to the main channel here, the main page of DLive. Refresh your trousers. This is how to find it. If I'm just showing you. Oh, hang on. What if it comes up on the wheel? I don't want it to come up on the wheel. No, it didn't. Okay. So if you just scroll down and then you go to the categories, you scroll across, this category here, movie world, is where it's containing at the moment. If I click on that, let's get off there, but I clicked on it. I'm glad I clicked off it because the thumbnail is, I guess the thumbnails are just random images from the video. So there's a girl there right up front. 91 viewers. That's the Baddie PMV's channel. Then there's some hentai. Another one like hentai. Right on, 55 viewers. Then there's Waka 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 Waka, 47 viewers. What I was trying to find here is the donation amounts. So Baddie, actually, I can show you this. I can show you this because it's not playing the video behind it. So I haven't selected my age or anything yet. I guess that happens every single time. But you can see the donations up here. Stroker, Better Simp, Steridon, 174, 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are donating to this. Now, if I select I'm okay, I am over 18, I'm going to write in the chat, who's here? By the way, can you see that in my glasses? That would be interesting if you could see that reflected in my glasses. But got to be careful with that shit. Who's here in 2025? I just love that comment, right? Oh, I don't want to go on there. So go back. I guess I can scroll down and show you. No, I cannot. I wanted to see how many donations Wiki Waka Waka. Oh, no, I can because it did this again. Wiki Waka Waka. Oh, no, this stream just restarted before, so there's nothing in there at this stage. Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. Not to be confirmed. It has been confirmed. You can broadcast porno on DLive. I wonder how long it takes for actual creators to come over here. Like people that do OnlyFans. How long until they come over and say, "Oh wow, that's okay now." I feel like I want to tweet about it. I feel like I want to. You know what? I'm going to tweet about that. I love this, man. This is a big change. This is a big change. Yeah, I look at all. That's a good point. Look at all their all-time donations. Good point. Let's do that. WikiWaka. I'll keep myself off the scene. Just Rev. The only sluts are already here. Are you? See, I don't know why that's like. Okay, well, you're casting judgment on it. I'm not judging it. I'm saying. It's hard to concentrate with that playing. All-time streams. So Wiki Waka Waka Waka. That's not working. There's no donations to Wiki Waka Waka. So that might just be a brand new channel. Wiki Waka. So Wiki Waka Waka's got no donations at this stage. Let me go back to find Baddie PMVs. Baddie PMVs. So you say they have a site for that shit? They don't need DLive? Well, but that's what's interesting. This is why I think this is interesting, because now DLive is that site. DLive has changed. You shouldn't be shaming the only sluts. You shouldn't be saying that because it's your platform that's changed. They've always done their thing, and I'm just saying. There was a time when you weren't allowed to do porn, but you were definitely allowed to do bikini streams. Bikini Ifrit, you remember her from back in the day? Then she got banned. They changed their terms, not allowed to do that anymore. Now they're changing it back so they can come back now. I don't think you should shame them for that. The more options they have to earn an income, the better. So this Baddie's PMVs, all-time stream donations, 1,000. So there's a donator called Better Simp, 1.3k lemons, Stedron 1.1k, and Stroker almost 1,000 lemons. I got to get off there. It's very distracting. They direct everyone to their Discord. Yeah. So if I was to be an OnlyFans creator, I'd use DLive as like a trailer, like you could just, like I said, you could set up a video to loop over a call, like they're doing, right? Like a looping video. And then you could say, come and join my OnlyFans, or come and join my Patreon, or come and join wherever else I want you to go. And you just have all these channels feeding into the one where all of the actual content is, until they change their rules again. But at the moment, the rules are clear. You are 100% under the content rating policy, you are 100% allowed to monetize via subscriptions sexual material, as long as it's not child porn. What's this? All streams under the SunPump category will automatically be tagged under X tag. What the fuck is SunPump? Outdoor sex? What is SunPump? I gotta check out what Pump Sun. What is it? SunPump? What is SunPump? Is that a game? What is SunPump? SunPump. I'm just checking if it's a category. SunPump. What is SunPump? Outdoor sex? That's what it sounded like to me. Well, ChatGPT, what is SunPump? I've never heard of it before. Let me just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I should always have this out, but I forget. What is SunPump in regards to streaming? Sundump. Oh, Justin's son. Is it related? Is he still the owner? Huh. Okay, I thought he was out. I thought Justy was gone. Here we go, folks. The GPT is live. Bring it up bigger. What is SunPump in regards to live streaming? If you're asking what is SunPump, understandable. SunPump is best known as a meme coin launchpad built on the Tron chain, not a streaming platform. However, it recently introduced a live stream integration. What is SunPump? SunPump is a popular Tron-based meme coin launchpad that allowed users to easily create and trade a meme coin. So it's like Pump.Ties. Launched in August 2024. Okay, it's a very easy way to create a meme token on the Tron chain, basically. What's the streaming feature? SunPump has partnered with DLive, of course it has, a decentralized live streaming platform to allow live broadcast directly from token creators. Huh? Token creators can bind their DLive streaming channel through their token details page on SunPump. Why would you want to do that though? Once connected, a DLive logo appears on the token's page and visitors can watch the live stream directly there. DLive visitors can watch the live stream on your meme token page? That's interesting. The platform also offers a currently live filter highlighting active live streams. Viewers can access real-time chat during streams by connecting their wallet, signing in. Launched in late 2024 with tech updates confirmed by Justin's son. So SunPump is the platform. So why would streams that pump on the Sun Fun need to be X tagged? All streams under the SunPump category will automatically be tagged X. Why? Why would they be X tagged? So what is SunPump in regards to streaming? It refers to SunPump's live streaming integration via DLive, enabling token creators to broadcast directly from their token's detail page. Well, let's take a look at SunPump. I better just do this off screen in case it's hardcore porn. SunPump, the first meme fair launch platform on Tron, sunpump.meme. I mean, I want to get involved in it, right? The first meme fair launch platform on the Tron chain, Pump to the Sun. Sounds fun, if you know what I mean. So these are all the tokens that have been created. You want to create a token? You want to create one? A lot of trading volume there. Nada. 401098. I kind of want to pause everything and learn about SunPump. Maybe we could launch a Gives token and broadcast X-rated material and get an integration into the DLive. I wonder if there is a YouTube video about SunPump. SunPump. Oh, these are my videos, you idiot. Go to YouTube as a default. What is it? But I mean, I know why it does because I'm signed in here. SunPump. How to test your basement sump pump. Okay. Okay, so Justin Sun might have chosen the wrong terminology here. SunPump meme. How to trade Tron meme coin on SunPump, a beginner's guide 9 months ago. How to use SunPump, a full tutorial on buying, selling, and creating your own tokens on Tron. Let's watch this. We might create one. Has it got no volume? Are you kidding me? This got no volume, this video? Instead of volume, this guy's going to tell us how to do it by pointing his mouse and hovering over shit. Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? I'll just verify that it's not just me, just playing a random YouTube video. No, it's me. Why is it not Brave browser? Let me just check my loop back here. Why we got no loop, no audio here? Brave browser. Brave browser's on. Why would that not be coming through? What have I done? What have I done? Brave audio. Firefox Brave might be muted. I have to play it in. I might have to play it in Firefox. I'll take it back, dude. You're quite a good YouTuber. You know, you've got good volumes and everything. I'll just play it in here. It should work. I don't know why Brave isn't working, but this should work. Play skis. Play. Any minute now.
All right, today just a basic overview over SunPump, the platform by Justin Sun. It's kind of like, if you know, pump.from from Solana. It's a meme coin.
I know this voice. I know this voice. This is a hexagon, right? I know this voice.
Platform that allows you to
German guy.
create coins or kind of invest in new upcoming coins. You know, it's quite a similar concept. It's really trending those last 2 days, especially today. They are generating even more revenue than Pump.Fun, crazy user attraction, crazy volume overall. So there's a couple of tokens. Let me give you a graph overview. So the most important parts, obviously, is the launch part and your connection to the wallet. First of all, right, this is needed for everything, either if you want to buy it, right, or if you want to launch anything. So you first of all need to connect to your wallet. I would recommend using TronLink, right, as a wallet if you have that. Let me quickly refresh. If you have it installed, it should allow you to connect to the wallet. And
he's gonna walk us through how you launch a token here, but I'm more interested in once you've launched that token and then you get this DLive integration. Why does that necessarily determine your channel's going to be X-rated? You don't need to make a porn-related meme token, yet it's clear. It's very clear that here it says in the terms. Where's what browser were we in? Yeah, it says here all streams under the SunPump category will automatically be tagged X-tagged. Interesting. That's what I'm curious about more than anything. Why would that need to be X-tagged? Let's still find out. And maybe I'll create a token here.
Then this window opens up and we confirm that. And we are logged in with TronLink. I really recommend TronLink. It's quite a good wallet. It has its own problems, but it's from Tron itself. So yeah, can highly recommend that. So let's go through it. If we want to buy some coins, first of all, if you say, oh, I like, this coin Moon, SunPark or whatever, right? I like this coin. All right, I check the market cap, liquidity, whatever I need to do, right? If it has some trades, it would show here, right? But it does not yet. But if we want to buy, we just input our amount on TRX. Right now, 1 TRX is like 15 cents, I would guess. So yeah, you just input that amount here and click on trade and then confirm. Same with the sell amount, kind of, right? You can sell if you hold the tokens that you bought earlier to realize some gains, for example, or to yeet out. So yeah, let me show you an example with some trades so that you know how it looks. Here, for example, was not showing, then it just had a big dev buy. I just thought it was filled a bit, but this is the dev buy. I will later show you and explain you what it is.
Not much trading activity.
Also no trades. Then let me show you. You can also filter for, let me do like, for example, Dragon. Dragon is cool. Let's see if there's something with Dragon, because there's obviously just Sun is Chinese and there's a lot of Chinese meta going on early on, right?
Okay, we get the idea. He just wants to show us some trading.
And how much the creator is holding. So it's quite convenient and quite overall structured. Make sure to check out the prices and also to focus and say there's no pre-sale, no team allocation, no, it's lower gas. We all know how you can trick the no pre-sale or the no team allocation thing with ghost wallets, right? But for example, let's test. You just input a name. Let's call it new token
Definitely
symbol.
German.
We also make new. This is a new coin, for example. Here we would upload our image that we've created prior, input our website, our Telegram, our Twitter, and this is which I mentioned with the dev buy, the initial buy. So in the best case, if you are the dev, you do a dev buy to have your own percentage or holdings, right? So you, for example, if you want to buy 100 TX before everybody else, you kind of submit it here, and then click on launch. It costs you 20 TX, right? Also, it shows you how much percentage you gain with the mentioned TX. So, yep, that's kind of it.
That's it.
I would also recommend going through the docs.
So the idea of that would be just to launch a token, just to see what happens. But what's the point, right? Why would I bother? I mean, it's interesting that it's there and that it integrates into DLive, but there's no real value. I mean, I launched a token on pump.tires and I haven't looked at it since, and I don't really care too much, right? There's no point else there. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the things Justin Sun does are meant to encourage streaming on the decentralized blockchain, but it's just a load of wank, right? A load of waffle. I guess he's just using this. He's using streamers for monetary gain, basically. He's plowing into the already established marketplace of live streaming to try to siphon off as much money as he can. That's how he's operated from the get-go. I don't understand why, if you did that, you'd have to X tag it. That doesn't make any sense to me, but that's just how he wants to set it up. But so what we're going to do here, I am going to take a break. We're going to change the content, but just to summarize, you can stream porno on DLive and you can monetize it as of 3 months ago. It's now September 2025. Go to town, do what you want to do what you will do. I'm going to grab a coffee. When we come back, we'll take some tabses. Well, there you go. I have not, you might notice I haven't been surfing in a while. That clip is 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks old. My excuse, if I'm going to make one, which I am, I have had a BCC cut out of my arm, basal cell carcinoma.
Hello there.
Hello there, Charles. How you doing, man? Yeah, that's right over my head. Perfect. Yeah, how you doing, Charles? So I had a carcinoma cut out of my arm, and so I was out of the water for that. And now that's all healed up, and I'm certainly able to get in the water again. Problem is, it's a mental thing. There was that guy that was taken further north from here, one of the northern beaches of Sydney, a place called DY, fatal shark attack, great white. And yeah, just, I guess I'm just being frightened. Frightened and deterred, which is not a great way to be because the chances of being attacked by a shark is super slim, but it does happen. It really does happen. Not too bad for 62, Charlie. Not too bad for 62. I like that. Yeah, so at some point I'm going to just bite the bullet. Probably shouldn't use that phrase. I'm going to get back out there. I don't know when it's going to be, but maybe tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. What's the surf report? Am I going to check the surf report on a stream? Yes, I am. And you hold me to it. Tomorrow's surf report. Ooh, interesting. Well, it's big but very poor. 1.2 meters but poor? Holy shit. 76 kilometer gusts of wind from the south with a 1.2 meter swell. So it's going to be big and fucking nasty. I guess I won't be going out tomorrow before work. Put that onto my excuse list. BCC cutout, shark attack, too big. Next it's going to be it's too cold. No, it can't be too cold. It's coming out of winter. Next it'll be it's too warm. My wetsuit needs replaced. I don't know. I really want to go surfing. Let's move on. What's this? This has got to be AI, right? Jahmunkey, the channel, Gator hunting in the Florida Everglades. It's got to be AI generated, surely. This is AI, surely.
Wagwan, my people. Today we gator hunting in the Florida.
Really? We have to. This is what YouTube's come down to. This is it. AI generated slop.
Wagwan, my people. Today we gator hunting in the Florida Everglades, or as I call it, the STD of nature. So I just move. I swear by my left nut. If that a gator, I'm going through hands and diarrhea. I beating the beast with this glizzy. If it don't bite, I still might. Swamp got me acting strange, my people. Yo, it took the glizzy. I swear I'm munching it like brunch.
Okay, I can't. It's funny for a second. What's this? Rhode Island prosecutor Devon Flanagan tells police to turn off body camera during Newport arrest. What's the point of having a body cam if it's not recording? Got volume here? Now, there's no volume here, but that's not my problem. I mean... Yeah. So there's volume eventually.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave?
Yes, we're gonna.
Let's just leave.
Wait. So what's going on here? She's a lawyer. She's been asked to leave a club and she knows the law and she's requesting the body cam gets turned off. Interesting.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
So
Is that a fact? ChatGPT, help me out. Where are you? I've already closed it. Shit. What did I close it down for? Let me just bring it up again, Skins. That's Brave Trouser Browser. ChatGPT, OpenAI. Do you have the right to request a body camera be turned off? It's not law, just Rev? Interesting. So is it the same across all of the states or is it just in wherever you are? Is it law if a citizen, doesn't sound like it would be law, requests body camera to be turned off, the officer needs to. It doesn't sound like it would be law. No, in most places it's not the law. Here's how it usually works. Jurisdiction specific. Primary purpose. Body cameras are meant to provide transparency, accountability. Yeah. Police first law. Many countries, Australia included, the US, the UK, Canada, body cam is governed by policy, by the police procedure, not a universal law. What about if, short answer is no. What about if the person was a lawyer? What if the person requesting is a lawyer? How does that change the thing? Protocol is not law, yeah. Even if the person requesting is a lawyer, that still does not automatically create a legal obligation. Privilege? Nope. Officer discretion? Not demand. She's pulling protocol out of her ass. I thought it'd be worthwhile just checking that before we hear her drunken rant, because if she's a lawyer, but she's been boozing, she might not have the full grasp on the law, you know? You got to give her a bit of a leeway here. She's on a night out. She's obviously done something dubious. She thinks she knows the law. She thinks after enough tequila, all the laws are the same.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off, she's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave?
Yes, we're gonna leave.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy, okay?
We're gonna make it easy.
That's not. I am. Okay. I'm her husband.
That's not the point. Can you?
I love it when drunk people, and I've done it, I'm not saying I'm innocent, but when they say, hey man, just leave, you know, just make it easy. And you're like, make it easy? Fuck no, let's make it as hard as possible. Let's not go. Let's do the opposite of whatever they ask, we'll do the opposite. Why? Because I'm drinking. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, why don't you stay here and sit down nice and quietly? No, I'm going to get up and walk around and talk really loudly. Okay, why don't you get up and walk around really, really loudly? No, I'm going to sit down over there really quietly. She doesn't want the video proof of her being drunk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's funny. It's always funny, hey? Basically, these are Karens.
So they want you guys to leave?
Yes, we're gonna leave.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy,
We're gonna
okay?
leave. We're gonna make it easy.
That's not.
I am. Okay. I'm her
That's not
husband.
the point. Can you look at me?
Yeah, we'll talk over here, okay?
Your protocol is.
Can we all talk? Can we all talk?
Talk over here. They want you to leave.
Your protocol is.
Can we talk?
And at this point, the cops know that they're dealing with two drunk chicks. They just got to give it a bit. The cops got to be a little bit flexible, because when you're dealing with someone who's drunk, they're not quite the same as they would be if sober. So you got to give them the benefit. But if they start getting aggressive and nasty, that's when you have to be a little bit more firm. Right now, it's all fun and games, right? And I don't know how this ends. I've not seen it, but
They want you to leave.
Your protocol is.
Can we talk?
Who is she to you?
What's that?
No,
Who is she to
nothing
you?
happened.
women are very rational. I mean, everybody's rational except when you've had a few drinks. Don't kid yourself, Just Rev. We've all been there. We've all been there.
She is our college friend.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
What do you reckon they got asked to leave for? What do you reckon was the reason they were told to leave? Probably being too loud? Dancing? Maybe they were dancing on a table. That's usually a big one. Table dancing or being obnoxious.
College friend.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
You guys just want him out? Do you want him trespass?
Anything we can do. Trespass, yeah. I just need
Trespass, get him out.
cuff him, please. That's the only
Cuff them. So they've done something pretty nasty if they've been wanting to get cuffed, handcuffed. That means arrested, right? You don't put cuffs on and then just take them off when you go around the corner. They get cuffed and taken down to the station. What do you reckon they did? This guy was like, yeah, trespass and cuff. Let's get these. Let's make a message. Send a message here.
Friend.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
You guys just want him out? Do you want him trespass?
anything we can do. Trespass, yeah. I just need
Trespass, get him out.
cuff him,
Anything.
please. That's the only way we're gonna-
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Do we want to chat?
I know that your
All right.
protocol is.
So you're trespass, so we got to leave now. Unless you want to be in
We're not
handcuffs.
trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing. Number one.
You're trespassing. We have to leave right now. We're not trespassing. You haven't notified. The very sentence before your sentence was, you're trespassing, notified by a cop. Probably argued over the tab. Yeah, Charles. Yeah. She thinks she's entitled? Possibly too, yeah. Lawyers, I don't know, like, do they get more leniency when they're out in public? It's kind of like, does an Olympic swimmer get access to the local swimming pool just because they swam at the Olympics? Not really, huh? They still got to line up and take the lane that's available. You can't just go, no, I'm an Olympic swimmer. I get that lane, I get that. I'll take all the lanes. No, you still got to play by the rules. Look at her body language. She's like slumped over like, I can't believe I've got to explain the law to you. I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. I know the law. I'm also drunk, so I know more about it than you do.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Do we want to chat?
I know that your protocol is.
So you're trespassed, so we got to leave now. Unless you want to be in
We're not trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing. Number one.
What did
Number
I
two.
just say to you? You're trespassed.
Number
Let's go.
one. Number one.
I don't
Number
want
two.
to arrest you guys.
You're not going to arrest us. Number two
So let's
is
leave.
that
We got to go. We got to go.
protocol
Let's go.
is
Let's
that
go.
She's definitely going to get arrested now. She's like totally ignoring him and telling him how to do his job. Not only is this like kind of funny, but I'm sure when she sees this back, she'll be like, yeah, that was cringe. What were we just two girls out drinking. That was dumb. She just has to chalk this one up to like, unless something gnarly happens and she pepper sprays a cop or something, I don't know. But at this stage, she could get away with it just being a dumb interaction with two drunk girls that just end it now. Don't. Unfortunately, it's still got a fair way to go. I feel like it's gonna get nasty, isn't it? They don't look that drunk though. They look on the edge of being like, no, we're still good. Like they're not slurring and falling around. Drunk in pub. Oh, but they're not. Okay, Just Rev. Can you? It might be different in the States, but can a cop take someone out of a bar that's drinking and then say you're drunk in public? But that you're only in public because you were removed. Like these people, they were obviously moved, like escorted out by the bouncer. Then the cops turn up. Yeah, they're drunk in public, but they got drunk in the bar, which is legal. I don't know if you could get them for that. If they were sitting in the park drinking from a goon bag, then sure, but.
I'm not.
Do we want to chat?
I know that your protocol is.
So you're trespassed, so we got to leave now. Unless you want to be in
We're not trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing. Number one.
What did
Number
I just
two.
say to you? You're trespassed.
Number
Let's go.
one. Number one.
I don't
Number
want to
two.
arrest you guys.
You're not going to arrest us. Number two
So let's
is
leave.
that.
We got to go. We got to go.
Protocol
Let's go.
is.
Let's
Can
go.
we calm down for 1 second? Is if we ask you to turn the body
I don't
cam
want
off.
to deal with this. Let's
Okay.
go.
No.
I understand you don't want to deal with it, but the
let's go.
protocol is,
Wait,
and your
can
protocol is
you-
if
Oh
I
my
ask you
God.
to turn off the body cam, you have to turn it off, and that's your protocol.
She's a fucking lawyer, so she knows.
Well, that's bullshit lawyer stuff, so that's not true. So we got to go.
No, it is. That's law.
I'm an
What's she
AG.
saying?
I'm an AG.
Good for you. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Nice
We're
response.
going. Let's go.
Excuse.
We're leaving.
Please don't.
We're leaving.
Please don't put your hands on us.
Can you get your
You're about to get
children out of
arrested.
here? Like, I don't know why.
I'm sorry. What?
Let's go.
No.
Now the cops are getting louder because they're not listening. Fair. They're doing. I mean, this is dumb, right? Unless they killed someone in that bar, this should not have. They just need to leave, you idiots. Why are you doing this? These women, they just walk away. Like, so it's gonna get worse. I can feel it.
Please don't put your hands on us.
Can you get your children out of here? Like, I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
Can you get your children? Can you get your children out of here? Nice. They're acting like entitled brats right now.
Put your hands on us.
Can you get your children out of here? Like, I don't know why.
I'm sorry. What?
Let's go.
No. Classic drunk. No. You listen to me, and the hands are all waving around in the air. They should just get them to do a sobriety test. Say, look, I'll talk to you as a regular sober person if you can prove you're sober. It's a reality check, Elsa, fully. Yeah. I hope they've seen this after the fact.
They're two full-grown women and mothers of children.
There they go. Now, let me guess. They both start bawling hysterically. Both of them bust out the tears. I can guarantee there'll be tears in this. Because the reality of what's happening is you were asked very, very calmly to just leave like you were told. Now you're getting cuffed and arrested. You made that happen.
Mothers of children. All right.
You're just being detained. You're just being detained.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG. I'm an AG. What are you?
AG, Attorney General.
What's wrong with you?
What are you probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
Because I'm what?
That's funny. You're being detained because you're not leaving. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? You're being detained because you're not leaving. So we're going to keep you here. That's like, that reminds me of in Australia. This will only make sense to an Australian, and in particular, someone from Sydney. There is a place called Waterfall. It's on a main road. It's a town. And when it rains heavily, it floods. And down below where this town is, in the national park, there's a weir where you got to drive across like a causeway. And when it rains really heavily, that causeway floods. And so up on the main road where you're getting, like where the access is, it says road closed due to flooding, alternate access via waterfall. And if you were from outside of Australia and you're driving along and you read that, you'd be like, the road up ahead's closed because of the flood. We've got to go to the waterfall. It's going to be way flooded up there, like the waterfall, but it means waterfall. So you're being detained. You're being detained because you wouldn't leave. Same kind of thing.
Can you relax? Sir, she's not doing anything wrong.
AG.
She's not leaving.
I'm an AG.
She's an AG. Buddy, you're not. She's not being arrested. Let's go.
I'm not being arrested. You're putting me in cuffs. I'm not being arrested.
You don't get a leeway because of your job. You have to be treated the same as anybody else. Doesn't matter what you do for a job. I make these cuffs. I manufacture these cuffs. Yeah, you're still getting cuffed.
Let's go.
I'm not being arrested. You're putting me in cuffs. I'm not being arrested.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I'm an AG.
Her badge is in the car. You want to go get a badge?
Let me tell you something. You're
Buddy,
arrested.
get the hell out of here. Buddy, just seriously.
You're arresting an AG.
Here come the tears.
Are you under arrest right now? No.
Hey, Sophia. Kinky. Oh, shit. I mean, it's not, I mean, what platform? We're on DLive. I hope if this does turn kinky, we could continue to watch it.
You're putting me in handcuffs.
How are you, Sophia? How's your day going? Everybody say hello to my girlfriend in the chat, Sophia. Makes me happy when I see her.
You're Mirandizing. You're not Mirandizing me.
Relax.
Buddy, you're going to regret this.
Yeah.
She's working on resisting arrest.
I'm an AG.
I love that cutout. I'm an A. Door shut. I've heard it how many times now? I hear you're an AG. Nah, door slam. Bit of a cheeky upskirt there too. It's sort of getting a little kinky, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to regret it. I'm an AG.
I'm an H. No, you're not.
We will get the
Take your fucking hands off me.
Here come the tears.
She's getting detained.
No.
Get out of here. Get back right now. Get back.
No, I freaking. No.
Get back. Your cuffs. Yep.
right here. It's okay.
All right, just go from the car.
It's not okay. It's not okay. You guys caused this. You guys caused it. We're all seeing it.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Benon, you should invest in some handcuffs, just saying. Okay, well, everybody, I will be visiting my girlfriend in a week. In a week from now, I'll be there. I'll be there by now. That's going to be fun. Yeah, okay, we'll talk after the stream about that, I guess. You should invest in some handcuffs. But I haven't done anything wrong. I'm an AG. I'm a streamer. I didn't do anything. I'm a streamer. Wait. How did she get out of the cuffs? What the fuck? She legged it?
It's okay.
All right, just go from the car.
No, I'm right here.
She got the cuffs off. Who is this? This is like a magician. Not only is this is crazy. She just pulled how did she get they mustn't have closed it properly, but she got out of the cuffs. All right, now the cops are looking slightly not as good as they should be if she could pull a cuff off. Sophia, how does that happen? I don't know if you've had any experience with handcuffs. I don't want to, whatever, you can tell your stories, but is it possible to slide your hand out of a handcuff if someone's putting them on you? The cop wasn't forceful enough with her. Rookie mistake. Yep. I understand. Force is sometimes wanted and required and needed. She is clearly a top, Elfsar. Right. Not a bottom. Okay. You might have to clarify what that is. Perhaps Sophia can help you with that. I might just facilitate that conversation from the sides here and learn myself. What you get out of these cuffs, though?
I'm right here. It's okay.
All right, just stop from the car.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Come on, babe.
No. Stop touching me.
It's getting a bit rough. You know, her clothing, her shoulder blade came out, and the husband's like, "I'm right here. I'm right here."
All right. Babe, I'm right here.
No,
right
babe, please, I'm scared.
I'm right here.
I'm scared. There are different sizes of handcuffs. That cop's was too big for her wrist. Right. I'm scared. Okay. Now, whose fantasy is this now?
Stop doing this. Please,
I'm right here.
No, I'm not going to find my hand.
I'm right here.
No.
Psych, I'm not a top. You're referring to the woman. I think, Sophia, I think who was Elfsar was referring to the woman in the video. I think. I'm not sure. Elfsar, you can clarify, but I think he was.
Stop doing this. Please,
I'm right here.
No, I'm not going to find my hand.
I'm right here.
No.
Okay.
No, please don't do this to my friend.
I'm right here.
No,
Right
no.
here.
Imagine she had said, "Don't do this to me because my friend is an AG." My friend is an AG. You know my friend's an attorney general. And it's like, yeah, and what does that make you? Yeah, so he was referring to, you can read the chat. He's referring to the video.
Babe.
I'm right here.
Babe.
I'm right here.
No, babe.
Relax.
Breathe in deep.
What's wrong with you?
Relax.
We don't want to put you in handcuffs. Let's go. Let's go.
No.
Wow.
Babe.
That is a weird cuff she's got on. What is this, her handcuff? Or is that her bra strap? What's that there? Is that the handcuff? They didn't do a very good job cuffing her. Is she, what's going on there? No, that's the handcuff. How did she get it there?
We don't want to put you in handcuffs. Let's go.
We don't want to put you in handcuffs. Too late for that.
Let's go.
No. Babe.
Listen, you're overreacting.
You're adding charges.
You're overreacting.
No. It's white girl drunk strength. Yeah, it's true. I find this interesting too, that these cops have to manually open their door. They don't have a clicker. Even Govan's got a clicker to unlock it. They got to put their key in. What's Newport police? You've got to physically use a key to open the cop door? Those cuffs are made for big guys, not small women. Right. That could be fun too.
You're adding charges.
You're overreacting.
No.
Please take my hands up. Please take them out.
No.
No. Please
You were overreacting. You didn't have to have this happen.
Yeah, these cops are way too patient for these nut jobs. I don't know if you were here from the start, Sophia, but this easily could have been avoided. This video is like, I mean, we've been stopping it, but it's 6 minutes long. But in the first 30 seconds of this video, they could have easily none of this would have happened. They could have just walked out and said, sorry, we whatever it was, I'm assuming it was a bar tab or something.
No. Babe, no.
Oh, look at that throat grab. Did you see that?
No. Babe, no.
You got two to take.
I'm right here.
Get in.
No.
Just put her in.
No.
She wants him to get in there with him. It's because they're drunk. Exactly. Yeah, they're just white drunk girls, and I'm sure, like, we're making fun of it because it's a pretty silly video. It hasn't ended badly, really, but I'm sure that they get home and sober up, and a few days later they watch this and they're like, fucking hell. Where they probably issued a statement somewhere how cringe it was. What do you got there, Elfsar? Is that a follow-up to this? I see you got a linky poo there for me. Is that a follow-up to this? I'm going to grab that anyway, but I'd like to learn about these girls and see if they had any reaction to this going onto the internet. Let me just grab that linky poop. It's a Klipskis. Okay, so it's not related, but I'll grab it anyway. Music streaming is now broken. That's in relation to the Spotify price charge changes, which maybe was something Sophia might be interested in, because she's just cancelled. Well, there's other prices that have risen in other subscription services. It's not about the state of, it's about the state of music on YouTube specific. Okay, let's finish this up and then we'll just move on. But
Bro.
whoa, hold on.
Get back, bro.
Now she sounds demonic. Sounds like a dragon.
I'm gonna visit all 6 levels of the mine, explore each of them.
Yeah, we're gonna explore all of them.
Guys, just put her in. Get back, bro.
Wow, she sounds like a hissing dog.
Just put her in. Get back, bro. In the car. Get in the car. Get your feet in the car. I'm right here.
Fuck, man.
Get your feet in the car.
She's gonna lose her feet if she doesn't be careful. What the fuck? I mean, I shouldn't be laughing. It's kind of making me a bit sad, but it also is kind of funny.
Just put her in. Get back, bro. In the car. Get in the car. Get your feet in the car. I'm right here. I'm right here.
You know what?
In the car.
Hey, I'm right here.
Wow.
Get your feet in the car.
Who the fuck are?
Get your feet in the car. You're a grown adult.
You're gonna
acting
lose
like
your
a kid.
foot. The husband who's saying I'm right here should be saying obey them, not I'm right here. He should be saying you're being lame, obey the police, put your feet in the car. We'll deal with this later. He's making it worse. I'm right here. What's right here? What are you going to do from there? Try to calm it down, you dickhead. She's about to lose an ankle here. It's going to get chopped off in the door. Is she saying dad? I think she's saying Dan. This is making me sad. I'm getting a bit emotional here because it seems at first I thought this was really funny, but this is becoming a bit sad.
Hey, I'm right here.
Get your feet in the car.
The way she's screaming is like she's in a hot air balloon and it's crashing or something. You know, I can't believe we haven't got a parachute. Ah! Oh my God.
No! Get your feet in the car.
Who the fuck are?
Who the fuck are you? And then she cuts herself off. Oh, that's right. It's the police.
No!
Get your feet in the car.
Who the fuck are?
Get your feet in the car.
He needs to choke her
You're a
out.
grown adult. You're acting like a kid.
Dan! No! Who the fuck are you? This is so inappropriate. You're overreacting.
Oh my God.
So,
Perfect timing. Yeah, that's what it felt like. That's that noise there, the bucket falling in the mine shaft. Is she saying dad? No, I'm sure she's saying Dan, her husband's name. I'm sure of it.
So
Wow.
they wanted him to trespass. They were just throwing a fucking fit. Trevor, we've got 2 to take.
The only thing, and that finishes there. The only thing I'll say in their defense is that at the stage that this occurred, they're arresting them, or they're charging them with trespass based upon, was that the valet guy or the door guy? He said, we want them gone, trespass them, cuff them, do whatever you need to. And then the cops did that. Isn't there something like, and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, isn't there some precedent that they have to justify that what the door guy said actually occurred before they do that? Because in effect, you could just go, that guy did this, arrest him, and the cops go and arrest him. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like, but then again, that might have been why they were saying, okay, come over here and we'll talk. We need to move away from this situation and we'll talk and then we'll decide. But because they wouldn't do that, they went, well, if you're not going to come with us and coherently talk with us, you're coming to the station. They'll hold them for 12 hours. Yeah. But even if like, so there doesn't have to be any proof of what they're alleged to have done. I wonder if they had have walked with the cops like up to the next corner or something and sat down and just talked quietly and said that they're saying that you didn't pay your bill, or they're saying that you were dancing on the table, or whatever the thing was, and they could say, yeah, we got a little carried away. What do we need to do to fix this? Okay, you guys need to go home. Do you want me to call you a cab? Can we drop you somewhere? That kind of thing. The business reserves the right to refuse anyone for any reason. I do know that. I've actually had that experience where I've been told no by a business and they called the cops on us. Nothing like this, but we were in a bottle shop when we were about 24, 23, and it was a regular bottle shop, a liquor store. We were getting takeaway beers, and it was me. I got served first. Me and my cousin bought my beers, stepped aside. My cousin went to buy his. He's older than me by a year. The publican says, "Have you got any ID?" And Gav's like, "Yeah." Pulled out his ID. The barman looked at it and he went, "No, not serving you." And Gav was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm not serving you." "Why not?" He's like, I choose not to serve you. And I'd already paid and got mine. I was like, what's going on? He's like, "He's not serving me." I was like, "Why not?" He said, I don't know. He's not serving me. I said, "What's the problem here?" And the guy goes, I'm choosing not to serve this man. I asked for ID. He gave me a proof of age card. I want to see a driver's license. I was like, "Well, he doesn't have a driver's license. He doesn't drive." That's the state issued proof of age card. It's the same as a driver's license, fully legal. And Gav was like, I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's license. I've only got this. And he's like, I don't care. I'm not serving you. And I was like, "Well, can I buy them off? I'll buy them." And he's like, "Nope, you've already had your transaction. Get out." And we're like, what are you talking about? We're not going. We're buying beers. And that was the afternoon. We hadn't been drinking. We weren't going back for seconds or thirds. That was the first coming to Gav's house to get beers, to have a jam. We were on their way to the house. And the guy's like, "If you don't leave, I'm calling the cops." And the cop station is like 4 doors down. This is in Southo on, what's it called? Damn, I can't remember the street name. Bows. That doesn't matter. The cops turned up within 10 minutes. We're standing there in the takeaway joint, and the cop comes in and goes, "What's the problem here?" He talks to us first, and we're like, "Well, we're trying to buy these beers. I've already got mine. Here they are, paid for everything. My cousin's having trouble. He won't accept the ID." Cop goes to the publican, says, "What's going on?" The publican tells him the same story. "I'm not going to serve this guy. I want them to leave." Cop comes back to us and says, "He doesn't have to serve you. It's his legal right. You guys have to leave." We're like, "What?" Boyles, that's the name of the hotel, Boyles Hotel. We're like, "What?" And I'd never heard this before. And he goes, "Yeah, it's his business. He has every right to decline your service. You got lucky because you already got served. He doesn't want to serve your cousin for whatever the reason. You have to leave." And I was like, "Well, can I buy his beers?" And he said that the guys mentioned that, and he said, "No, that's not going to happen. He's not going to allow that." I was like, what a fuckwit, right? What a fuck. He's just denying business. This is a well-established hotel. It's been there for generations. I was like, wow, okay. So we made a point that when we left, even though that was the closest bottle shop to my cousin's house, and we jammed together most Fridays and Saturdays, whatever, we never, ever, ever went back there. I was like, okay, we'll never go in there again. And we always went further to go to the Royal to get takeaway. It's weird, hey? Like, why would someone do that? Like, it's like just declining business. So let's find out who these girls are, though. It's 3 weeks ago. What did they do? I want to see what they did. According to Newport police, Flanagan faces the charge of willful trespass. So they just got charged with trespass, but that means they didn't leave, or they're not allowed to be there in the first place. You're going to regret this. Special Assistant Attorney General Devon Flanagan, that's Irish, right? Arrested after receiving a call. She's a lawyer. Okay, we saw all this in the video. Wait. Can we find out exactly what they did? What did the new chat? Can I do this with ChatGPT? Can I grab the video link or the story link and ask it to tell me, what did the women arrested in this story actually, allegedly, not actually, allegedly, spelt wrong. Allegedly do spelt wrong, but it'll work it out. Here's what happened according to the report, blah, 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 blah. What they allegedly did, charged with willful trespass during the confrontation. So they got charged just for entering, so they weren't even drinking there? Willful trespass. Does that mean willful trespass? Does that mean it's hard to type. They were already on the premises drinking, or they were not allowed in, period? Because where do they get drunk is what I'm trying to establish. Willful trespass under Rhode Island law covers two scenarios: refusing to leave when told to, entering, remaining when you're not allowed. In this Cook Class House incident, the report and body cam video shows it was the first scenario, so they were refused to leave. So why were they told to leave is what I want to find out then. So why were they told to leave? That part seems pretty critical, right? Good follow-up. Thanks for digging deeper. According to multiple reports, here's what we know. Restaurant staff Clark Cookhouse described the situation as an unwanted party, so unwanted group of people. Specifically asked the police to remove two women. Then that's when law enforcement was called. In the body cam footage. Yeah. This makes it clear the staff did not want them. Neither the police nor the Attorney General office have publicly disclosed why. Okay. Third-party commentary source speculated that the women may have been so drunk and rowdy, management asked them to leave. That's guesswork. So we don't actually know. Yeah, let's find out if there are any updates. Are there any updates that could shed light on this? Let's see. Here's the latest update. Yo, Dev Marble on Party. Thanks for the little gifts there, dude. They don't actually work, those gifts, in the uni chat on Beam. Here's the latest updates. Still no specific reason has been provided. Legal outcomes. Devon Flanagan pleaded no contest to the misdemeanor charge of willful trespass. She received a 6-month filing, meaning the charge can be dismissed if she avoids further trouble. Probably will. She was also ordered to stay away from the bar. Veronica Hannanen, the one who was screaming, pleaded no contest, only to resisting arrest. Other charges, willful trespass and disorderly conduct, were dismissed. Okay, so they just got a slight rap over the knuckles. She also received a 6-month filing and was ordered to stay away from the bar. Attorney General Peter Nerona described Flanagan's behavior as an embarrassment to herself. Yeah, fully. That's the crime here. She's just embarrassing herself. He met with the arresting officers to offer an apology and acknowledged her conduct. Wait, Attorney General... Oh, so this is one of her colleagues. Right. So this person met with the cops to say she's not one of us, basically, and her conduct was inexcusable. Okay. I wonder, have any of the two issued a public statement? Searching the web. You're absolutely right to ask. Did they speak publicly? She has not issued, so the main one, nope. Reached out by NBC 10. No comment. Her attorney declined to comment. They're super embarrassed. Hannanen has not personally spoken. Her attorney did. Veronica admitted to resisting a lawful or unlawful arrest. Okay, which one was it? A lawful or unlawful arrest, and the court filed the matter for a period of 6 months. Veronica apologized to the members of the Newport Police Department. Okay, so they're not going to issue a public report except that they know it was super cringe and they regret it. It's pretty funny. That was a great one. I don't know who put that in my Discord or in the chat there, but that was really, really cool. Let's move on and wrap things up with this change. Actually, this is quite a lengthy video, but we'll take a look at it. It's not just you. Music streaming is broken. Elfstar, thank you for this, dude.
This
shit.
is my official Spotify artist page, and this is one of my songs.
That's one of her songs.
Except,
Okay.
this isn't my song. I didn't write it, and I sure as hell didn't upload it.
Oh wow. Okay, so this artist has uploaded her own music and using phony names for it to make it to get it onto the system to prove a point. This is going to be fun.
Now you might be asking how this happened, or why I sound like this now, and we're gonna get into all that, because
all of this is so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
This is going to be an interesting one. I'm just the way he changed his voice is very crafty.
Spotify and these other streaming platforms just aren't paying attention.
My immediate reaction to seeing it on my profile was dread.
I never in a million years thought that it would have been that bad until I experienced it.
In this video, we'll take a look at how to get another artist's music taken down using bots, how to take away their revenue using royalty-free loops and samples, the world of playlist promotion scams, how to release fake collaborations, how to release music on artists' official verified profiles and impersonate them, and even a look at what I believe is going to be the next major scam facing independent artists, using readily available and accessible AI tools to quite literally become them. So buckle up, buckaroos, because this one's going to be a bloodbath.
Yes.
Should be interesting. We have seen this before, though. Just a heads up. What we're going to see is someone pretending to be an artist and getting through the whole system using phony, verifiably phony ripoffs, yet becoming, yeah, there it is, verified. It's scary, Elsa. It's you know what this is? It's because there's no human intervention here.
I'm sure that a lot of you watching this are independent music artists just like me, and I'm sure just like me in the last couple years you have had to deal with your own fair share of fake collaborations, fake songs being added to your profile, and a flood of promotion scam emails hitting your inbox. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick of this shit. So I decided to just go on down the rabbit hole here and try and figure out how all of this works. And my hope in making this video is that if it pleases my algorithmic overlords enough and does well, it will finally force these platforms to start making actual meaningful changes to support the artists that they claim to love so much instead of just chortling investor and shareholder balls. We exist in a digital music economy where out of all the tracks on streaming services, in the last year, over half of them were played less than 10 times. So with those kinds of odds against us,
that's a high number, right? A low, sorry, that's a lot of tracks getting low numbers. Oh, I forgot to eat the biltong. Shit. Sophia, are you still here? Forgot to eat it. I'm finishing this right now. Sorry, continue.
What exactly is an artist to do to get a leg up these days? First off, we probably need a little bit of a history lesson here, because I think this is where the root of the problem starts. Back in the day, labels and streaming services had more direct pipelines to get artists on platforms like iTunes or Spotify. Now, with the death of the label-based industry and the rise of the independent music scene, digital distribution services have removed the traditional gatekeeping of a label-first industry, which means now anyone can upload a track, making it effectively impossible for platforms to vet each individual release. The absolute fire hose of easily accessible independent digital music distribution services has made it possible for independent artists to upload effectively unlimited music to streaming services for little to, in some cases, no cost whatsoever. And that brings us to the issue of the money. Platforms like Spotify and other major streaming services don't exactly pay out in the way you might think. Artists aren't actually paid out for the number of streams that they generate. Instead, most streaming services pay out of a sort of communal fund that is then distributed to artists and labels based off of the proportion of the total streams, with some labels and artists getting better deals than others.
So shit.
If all this sounds horribly confusing, it's because it's probably been designed to be. But think of it like this: your streams and your music and all the hard work you put in is your raffle ticket. And everybody else gets one too. Then everything gets divided up by the total proportion of streams that everyone generated. So a little bit for you over here, a little bit for you over here, a couple for you here, and now everyone's been paid. But I also forgot to mention that all the audiobooks count on top of this, so including that, now there's even less money in music than there ever has been before. Everything gets split up here and shuffled around, and everyone's happy and gets their Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. But
and all these distribution networks take a percentage off the top of all of it.
The problem is when some dickhead decides to come along and buy a couple million fake streams. And just like that, the actions of one single person have now reduced the odds of everyone else in the room being paid fairly. And it is this exact system that has directly incentivized the rise of bot-based streaming.
Yep.
And then we get into the music itself.
The same thing, the exact same thing is happening with AI-generated video content on YouTube. The same thing, but well, the payout's slightly different because your payment is based upon your video views, but same scenario.
In an algorithm-first streaming world, the reliance on metadata to categorize things like artists, genres, featured artists, albums, and more have made it pretty easy to game the system by exploiting the speed and convenience of digital music distribution with a little clever manipulation. And that brings us to the rotten core that—
It's scary. And DLive, we've had bots here. Right. Oh, there's been bots on DLive forever. Merhaba, good publications.
all of this rests so comfortably on. There is a frightening lack of any meaningful industry-wide verification or secondary authorization process for any of this. Although some services offer things like the ability to get a verified checkmark to prove that the profile is really yours, the fundamental identity behind a song is solely based on the word and goodness of their hearts of whoever or whatever uploaded it.
Yep.
Awesome, right? That's just the tip of the iceberg. My legal counsel for this video has let me know it would be very smart of me to insert a quick disclaimer here to let you know that everything I'm about to show you how to do is very much a naughty, naughty no-no, and under no circumstances should you do it for yourself, even though everyone else seems to get away with it until they just don't anymore. This will probably get you banned from streaming as well as distribution. It's a bad idea. Please, for the love of God, do not do this yourself. That out of the way, let's go ahead and do all of it. I'm sure you've heard of botted streams, and they're a great example to start with here of just how fragile this entire ecosystem is. Okay, so picture this. You're an artist with your music freshly released on streaming platforms. You put in the legwork to do some promotion, and things take off a bit. And look at you go, little star. You're starting to get playlisted more and more. But one day, your music hits the wrong playlist. Somewhere, someone out there wanted to get their AI music streamed by bots to siphon some money off that sweet pro rata royalty pool, and needed a few legit artists on the playlist so that the list seems at least a little real and not entirely fake. Next thing you know, your music has now been taken down from streaming services because you got caught inflating your numbers with artificial plays. Boom. Case closed. So when this happens to an independent artist, what can you do about it exactly?
Not much.
Well, this is Ben Jordan, better known as the Flashbulb. He's been making and releasing music for decades. In one evening, nearly his entire discography was taken offline. This resulted in him not only losing a significant portion of his following, but also his income.
If you find yourself in this situation, it's pretty grim. I never in a million years thought that it would have been that bad until I experienced it. It's almost like when you go on Amazon and you see somebody saying, I wish I could give this 0 stars. Like, that's my sentiment. When I discovered that my music was taken down, I immediately reached out to TuneCore. I didn't get any recourse or communication until I had already not only contacted the CEO of TuneCore and had colleagues of mine also contacting her and driving her crazy, but the parent company of TuneCore finally poked and said, hey, are you going to deal with this or not? I would have had a different distributor distribute my music to DSPs, but come to find out, there's not really a great one currently. When CD Baby and TuneCore started out, you would pay per album per year, and it was really expensive. And after DistroKid came along, they had a very low monthly fee, and they just kind of did everything in the cheapest Walmart fashion that they could. And once that happened, pretty much every other distributor had to...
Excuse me while I pick my teeth. I've just ate biltong and it's all caught in my teethy pegs.
...compete with it. And so they got rid of their customer support, and they kind of put everything into an algorithm. And so that's sort of what happened, and why everything is so impossible to deal with now when something does go wrong, why it's so hard to find a human being on the other end. So Spotify kind of pulls numbers out of the air and says, hey, we think that this person is using a botted playlist, or we think that this person is committing streaming fraud in some way. And then when I finally did get a response from somebody who made that decision, they claimed that they had evidence that they wouldn't show me the evidence, but they claimed that they had evidence that I was committing streaming fraud. When I looked at the data that Spotify gave me, which is a little bit more detailed than what you would see on your Spotify artist page, it was almost boring how predictable my music is listened to. It's, it's just hills on days and times of days and regions and stuff. The only tip-off that they could have had would have maybe been IP addresses from people putting music on playlists.
I wonder how he got that information. Did this go to court and the subpoena had to release that information? I don't reckon they would have given that out freely.
That's obviously a very shoddy way of doing it. With other artists, I think it gets extremely obfuscated, because at the time, and I assume still, DistroKid and a lot of these distributors, they offer playlist services. And you have things like Submit Hub, and you have all this stuff where people are encouraged, sometimes by the distributor, to put themselves in an ecosystem that's going to get them pulled down for botting. And I cannot stress enough to any artist out there to stay the heck away from these things, because that is just asking for it to happen, unfortunately.
But this isn't really a video about bots. I'm sure we're all familiar with those by now, given how many major artists and labels are constantly being accused of using them to artificially inflate their streaming numbers. Instead, there's a much darker side to this I wanted to talk about, thanks to the complete lack of enforcement and reasoning. In recent years, artists have had their songs or even entire catalogs removed as a part of botted playlists using their music. When services detect fraudulent streaming activity, they'll generally notify the distribution service, who will then notify the artist. The artist can respond to state their case, but it often comes down to whether or not whatever AI support rep you're talking to actually believes you. And that brings us to the darker side of the insane availability of cheap streaming bot services. If there's an artist you just can't stand for whatever reason, you could add their music to a botted playlist that you created.
Wow.
Then report that playlist for using bots. Once the distribution services and streaming services get notified, you can all but guarantee that their music will then be taken down for artificial streams. Mission accomplished.
It's pretty strange, isn't it? Like people actually spend time and money doing that. And it's the same to streamers. People would bot streams that they don't like. So they'll inflate the numbers and put phony bot comments in. And so that then the platform sees that this streamer is botting, even though they didn't do it, someone else did it to them, and the stream will get taken down. The streamer will get an infringement, and then they risk losing their channel if they continue to do it. But it's not them doing it. Someone paid to have it done to them. It's fucked up.
Many of these are publicly available on pretty legit looking websites with plenty of glowing testimonials from your favorite artists, like...
Happens on Twitch all the time. Also happens, I mean, Party's a bad one, right? Party has all been pretty bad with that. And I know, I remember DLive had its problems in the day. When people were actually paying attention to DLive, it had its own issues with that. Kick's obviously got that issue going on right now, but it's usually the bigger streamers, not like the low end like myself.
Gemma. You remember Gemma, right? Yeah, this lady. Remember?
Reverse image search.
Oh. Right. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of these promotional services available for any streaming platform or social media outlet right on the surface web, a quick Google search away. You don't even have to fire up the old Tor to find them. And at the swipe of a credit card, you too can now become a botted playlist god, taking down whoever you want with you along for the ride. And I think this shows one of the most glaring flaws in the entire system. artists can now be punished or taken advantage of by the actions of a third party without any knowledge or consent on their part. And I know, great. Content ID is our loved friend and hated mistress. The Content ID giveth and the Content ID spanketh thee on the butt, with often completely arbitrary and nonsensical enforcement to protect these gigantic mega corporations from problems of their own design. It's no secret that many artists these days use royalty-free sounds and loops from popular services like Splice, Loopmasters, Noise, Cymatics, Ghost Hack, Black Octopus, and tons of others. The problem here emerges when, well, tons of artists use royalty-free sounds and loops from popular services. And this is not just a problem with Content ID, this is a problem with the entire digital music ecosystem. This is an issue I've talked about a few times on the channel before, but there's a deeper layer to this that I think is worth examining if you want to start grifting some of that sweet AdSense revenue from independent music creators without an army of labels.
Just Rev, on DLive, you've got 4,000 bots on your followers list. 3,000 came in one night. No shit. I mean, I've always said that my numbers on DLive are not accurate. I think there's like 8,000 or something. I can't remember exactly, but I knew, yeah, the way that was generated was official in the beginning, as you saw my numbers go from like 0 to like 23, 24, 25, 30, 60, 70, 80, 100. And then I got up to like 300 or whatever it was that you needed for affiliate. Then you got up to 1,000. Then it went from 1,000 to like 2,000. There's not that many people on DLive back then, but all of a sudden I'm up to like 5,000 followers. I'm like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. The site's not that big. 8,000. Then you look at like Crazy K-Man with like 20,000 viewers or whatever. About 12,000 global partner. And I'm like, dude, how can a global partner with 12,000 followers go live and have 3 people watching the stream? That number is obviously not real. I was told it was a Discord bot attack. Yeah, I mean, it probably could have come from Discord.
Lawyers to fight back. Depending on the type of music you listen to, you may have noticed a rise in what feels like a lot of very rushed stock music being put together that's about, I think, a minute long is the minimum for most digital distribution services. And this is likely people doing this exact scam. By putting the music out there and setting the release date back to something relatively believable, they can now start Content IDing anyone else who decided to use those same loops. Just to show you how much of a honeypot this whole scam is and how incredibly common these loops are, why don't we take a look at a couple samples from the most popular royalty-free
and he'll upload his own, I reckon.
And see if we can use our handy-dandy information rectangle here to spot them out in the wild. All right, first up, we've got Cymatics. Serenity gets...
He's going to use Shazam to identify it, surely.
Guitar loops. Let's give it a shot and see how we do. Already got a match. Done. Busted. All right, Splice, you're up. Let's see. Let's go to sounds. Let's just search by like the most popular loops. I guess we'll do vocals and we'll sort by the most popular. And there it is already. All right, let's see how we do. Take it away. Boom. Done. Got it already. All right, last up, Loopmasters. How about...
It's funny how he's got that background music and it's kind of, he's probably doing that so that it doesn't get pinged for his video. Yeah.
Out. This one's on sale. All right, let's go. Got another one. After listening to some of the matches I found...
Yeah, that was a little bit... It's clever, Elfsar, but it was also a bit hard to follow if you didn't know what he was doing. He was playing the most used samples and trying to identify them in songs that are getting lots of hits, aka songs that have been uploaded and gone through all the distribution services so that they'll come up on Shazam so that it'll identify it. But he couldn't play them because then his stream would also get dinged, or this video would get dinged for using copyright. So you had to have that drum track underneath it.
I can't play them here, obviously. It's interesting to me to see how many of them use the loops exactly as is with no modifications whatsoever, which is what makes this whole scam particularly devious.
There's something to be said here, and I'll just jump in and throw a counter action here. Okay, so isn't this just like using a session musician? But it's like on a whole nother level, like a whole new scale, because what he just said, they're using these loops without even altering them and putting them directly into their song. If you had a band and you didn't have a member, like a member quit, and you needed a replacement, although that's not always the case, no, because you'd often have the music written already. Okay, so might not have a point here, but I'll still go with it anyway. I'll stick with my guns. If you get a session musician to come in and record, aren't you doing the same thing as using samples? You didn't write them, you didn't perform them, but you used them in a composition. The session musician gets paid, much like you'd have to pay to have this sample in your track. End of the story, right? The difference is to get a session musician into a studio requires a lot more forethought, a lot more coordinating, and a lot more physical practice, whereas doing it online, it's click, drop, pay for, done. So are we looking at the problem being technology? Because now it's too easy to do, so more people are doing it, whereas before it was harder to do, less people did it, less people noticed it. I mean, if you look at like the big pop stars, right? You look at like Justin Bieber and some of the bigger Lady Gaga, most of the time those people don't write their music. They're using like a ghostwriter or a session musician to perform it, yet they're getting all the royalties from it, but they haven't performed it or written it. It's the same kind of thing. It's not actually the same. It's similar. Like I'll just back out of that because it's not the same, but it is very, very similar. It's leading towards that, but it's not quite that.
To show you just how easy this is to do and get away with, why don't we just set up our own little content ID trap? Let's find some random samples, something from a free sample pack, one you don't even have to pay for.
Because
okay, sure,
what he's doing now, he's going to perform this and show it done in real time. But what you could also do is, couldn't you take an album from like the 80s or the 90s, probably the 90s, and say, this snare sound sounds exactly like the snare sound on this album. Look up the liner notes. Oh, it's the same drummer. The same session drummer that came in for the recording isn't the member of the band, but they did it for the recording. Couldn't you do the same thing here? If you wanted to play the devil's advocate, which sometimes I do, mainly for the stream so that it is something that we can talk about, because otherwise we'd just be watching the video and that's not permissible. You have to make the content transformable. I've got to give my commentary, and I'm raising points that do spark conversation.
We got, sure, 142 beats a minute. You got it. Let's grab ourselves a quick bass line. Sure, whatever. Let's go all in. Let's add a synth as well. Sure, and then maybe just a couple other random synth lines. Something like that ought to do nicely. And you know, let's mix it up a bit. Let's grab something else out of a different pack and throw it on top. Sure, I think that's in the same
And also,
key.
while we're here, what he's doing right now is, this is all EDM, drum and bass music. This is exactly how they make their music. Exactly how they make their music. And then you go and pay $80 to see him at a festival. Who's the idiot?
Let's toss that on top. Make sure everybody fits together.
My stream just went offline on Kick. Thank you, Sophia. Did it really? Did it really? I'm just trouser refreshing. Refresh my trousers. No, it's still up. Check your phone. No, it's still up for me. I see it. No, it's... I thought you were trapping me. I thought you were trapping me. I thought you were thirst trapping me with another image. It says it's still up for me on Kick. Thank you for the message. Gives a minute is offline. She definitely has it. Yeah, Sophia says it's offline on Kick, but I see it there. Let's bring the Kick machine down. It's back now. It was gone for 10 minutes. Was it really? Okay, we'll hear it. Yeah, okay, interesting. There's one way to verify that by going to my channel. Elfsar was here the whole time. Elfsar, okay. It's been live for 2 hours. 2 hours and 1 minute. I've been live for 2 hours and 2 minutes. No, that I thank Sophia. Let me just thank you for alerting me. But I'm gonna say it might be your 4G. Maybe a problem at your end. Your end is the problem. You've got a hot end. You might want to get that checked out. What? I'm talking about your internet end. I'm on 5G. Fuck you. You've got all the G's. But you don't like them. You don't like the G. You fell into that one. You fell into that one. Fuck, this thing writes itself. Yeah, by the way, what I was going to say there is that I remember a story when, do you know if this is changing the subject? I don't like the G. You know. Fatboy Slim. Everybody know Fatboy Slim, right? Had a big single back in late 2000s, early 2000s. Right here, right now, right here. Not much to the song, right? Right here, right now, right here. Had a great album. You've Come a Long Way, Baby. No. Yeah, You've Come a Long Way, Baby. Or the album was called Halfway Between the Gutter and the Stars. Anyway, Fatboy Slim, real name Norman Cook, middle-aged white dude from Brighton in the UK, made all this music that everybody was frothing for at these raves in the late 2000s, was like, yeah, Fatboy Slim. He goes on tour. He can't reveal himself because he's a middle-aged white dude, whatever. Finally, people realize who it is. They're like, oh, that's who it is? Well, who else do you think it was? It's a computer. It's not him doing it. It's funny. It's funny. Charles is back and had to refresh those trousers. Fatboy Slim is fucking in heaven. Why is my username red in the chat but on Aquacolor on the screen? Interesting. Yeah, okay. That chat that's red is the Kick chat, and the chat that's on my screen pulls in from Beamstream, which is the multi-chat. Because you're chatting in Kick and other people are chatting, or everyone's in Kick right now, but other times we have YouTube and we have DLive and other platforms. I wonder if we can change it because I know red's your color and you probably chose that specifically in Kick. I know it's your red too, isn't it? I see that. Let's see if we can't change that in the Beamstream though. Let me see if I can't change that for you. Well, tell Beamstream I want it red. Let's see. Give hates the color. No, I don't. I like that color red. Can I alter, customize, message, text, UniChat, colored names? I guess I can just turn them on and off. I can't choose the colors. That sucks. Well, hang on. Why can't I choose the colors though? Why can't I choose the colors? Let me see if I can't choose the colors. You raise a good question there, Sophia. I see Elfsar is red in the Kick chat, but blue on screen. Maybe, now it's a gives a minute stream. Maybe that might be the secret. You've got to choose red in Kick and Beam. No. You got to choose, do what Elfsar's done in Kick. Maybe. I'll just check if I can change it at my end though, because that would be even better. I don't know if I can though. Interact with the chat. Beam, page messages, colors. Why can't I? I can't know if I can do it. No, it doesn't let me. No, it's very limited what I can and can't do. Change it to purple and see what it does. Now I'm purple, Elfsar. So you're changing them there. Let me still accurate on screen. Okay, that'll need a refreshing at my end then. Still accurate. Interesting. Elfsar, how have you done that? We gotta get this. We gotta get Sophia in red. She loves red, and let me tell you, it loves her. You look rad in red. How can we change it? I want to know what. So Elfsar, where did you changed your color in Kick? You didn't do anything, Elfsar. I'm assuming you didn't do anything in Beamstream, right? You just did all your in in Kick. I'm on Kick. Yeah, in Kick. So that's weird, man. Okay, I want to know. I want to know as well. Beamstream is under your control, but I haven't. Elsa changing their color in Kick, same as me, but it doesn't change the name color on screen. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I want to know how to change that. I'm refreshing it at my end. It's not changing it. We got to get you red, girl. I see. There's an option to interact with the chat, customize it, and it says platform logo. Elsa likes red. Can you put yours back to red, Elsa? How you did it? Okay, right there. Why does it say deleted by a moderator? It looks like that's an auto delete. You posted the same thing twice. Yeah, that's an auto moderator, correct? Because it's the same message twice. But I think you just did a spelling error. You already changed it, Elsa. Yeah, so. Sophia, what happens? Hang on a second. Refresh my trousers here. My bad. That's all good. Oh, Elfsar deleted it. That wasn't an auto mod. That was Elfsar deleting it. So Elfsar, so you. Wait a second. Why don't I see? Okay, I'm confused. I'm really confused. I don't know what to do. Because now Elfsar's red in Kick, but still aqua in Beamstream, whereas before you were aqua, you were red in Beamstream. And it looked rad, and that's the color Sophia wants. And you had it on screen. I don't know how to do it. Interact. Showing everything. Show everything. I'm interacting with it. Message text. Message text. Not. Can add times to it. Can add times to it. I don't know how that's going to change it. Page background, message text. Colored names. I can click yes or not. Interesting. Charles, what did you just do, Charles? Okay, hold on a second. Charlie, you're pink now. So blue becomes pink. Elsa, what color are you in Kick? You're red, but you're still weird. Yeah, you're red but blue. Okay, how about this? Elsa, change yours in Kick to blue and see what happens. Why not reverse it? Oh no, I just reset everything in Kick and the Beamstream chat. Look what happened. It's gone all funkified. Doesn't matter. So how do I get this back to what it was? How do we get colored names? Page background needs to be off entirely. You fucked it. Yeah, I completely fucked it. This is the rest of the stream, folks. I need to get, my girlfriend needs to have a red chat name. Show background texture. No, we don't want that. Large font size. We do want that. Display names. Yes. Display badges. We do need badges. I don't know where they come from, but we'll put them on. Time. Oh, time's on that side. Okay, we don't need the time. Colors, message background, message text. Message text. Red. Oh, we could put all the messages red. No. The message needs to be white. Every time I visit, Gibbs, he's fucking around with the stream settings. It's true. It's true. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, that's all I can do at Beam's end. That's literally all I can do at the Beam end. I'm not fully to blame. No, I always fuck around with shit. But it is good how I like it. I like it now, but I don't get why. I'll just be Aqua. I want. Wait, is there an? First of all, hang on one second. Is there a? Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, no, the color correction is. Wait. If I turn that off. Ask a know-it-all friend, ChatGPT, my other girlfriend. Used to be black backgrounds. Was it black fully before? It looked sharp. Yeah, okay, so over here, I've got another version. Okay, what I'm going to do... Fuck me. Yeah, that's way nicer. I'm going to get back to how that was. I'm going to copy this. Put this over here. Whoops. I'll post a new one. New chat, Beamstream chat. Transform, copy transformations. Paste transform. So now we've got that on top. There's a double stream platform, double chat there, but I'm working on it. Sophia, which platform is responsible for the comments on screen? That is beamstream.gg. Beamstream.gg. Hello, Jake, over on Twitch. How you doing, man? Or on DLive, my bad. Beamstream.gg is the site. You got a link there to my channel. I can pop it in the chat for you. Looks like this. What is a DLive? Elsa. I'm just going to fix this other chat on screen. Get rid of... copy that. Wait. Yo, Jake, thanks for the host there, man. Okay, I'm just transforming this. Transform, copy, transform, paste, transform. What the fuck? It's not the same size. 700 by 800. 700 by 880. 700 by 880. Oh, now it's going to change it over here. Fuck, you idiot. Undo. Rename it. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm messing this up now. It's my fault. I should just do a new one. Okay, I'm just going to do a new one. Hang on a second. Sophia, you cannot change the chat username color on beamstream.gg based on results from similar platforms like Roblox. Username colors are assigned randomly in the inexperienced chat, and there's no way to manually change it. Wow, interesting. That's a bit of a flaw. So it chooses it at random? That's a bit weird. I want to check in the Discord later on for that. That seems a bit strange. Let me just fix my chat here. Browser source. Your comment's double posting because I've got two chats on the screen because I'm trying to fix I fucked it up and I'm trying to fix it. I've got to create a new one because I don't want to mess up my other one. What? Beamstream chat 3? The fuck? Oh my God. Hey, thanks, Jake, tweeting out the stream. Thank you, man. Okay, now I got to do it's full screen. Now there's going to be 4. There's going to be 3 chats on the screen here. I'm just working on getting this back to how it was. Give me a second. Transform. Copy transform. Transform. Paste transform. Size 700 by 880. 700 by 880. Okay, now we should be back to how the chat. Oh, first of all, there's also a little filter effect here, color correction. Copy, close, transform, filter, paste color correction. Okay, so what? I thought is that the chat how it used to be? Over here, it looks blacker. The background looks blacker. Yeah, no, it looks blacker over here. It looks blacker over here. Why is that? Copy. Okay. Filter. Fuck. What the flying fuck, dude? Okay, why did that paste that in there? Hold on one second. Okay, I don't know why that isn't the same black. I've literally copied and pasted all of the same parameters from this chat, all of the same, unless there's a no, there's no custom CSS in there. The fuck, it's the exact same thing. Let me interact with. Man, I don't know what to do here. It's killing me. I don't know. The font looks horrible. Oh, there's a custom CS. Wait. That's getting better. Message background was black. That's not it though. Why is it not message background? If I make it blue, the message background's not blue. What's going on? Page background, turn that off. Color picker is not at the bottom.
There's some similarities.
Some similarities. I'm just trying to get this chat back to how it was before. I can't get it back. It doesn't make any sense. Show background texture, that needs to come off. Message background needs to be black, right? or we could have a red background. Would that make you happy, Sophia? If the bubbles were red? Because that's black. That I always thought, actually, that's it. That's it. That's it. Right? That matches that. That's better. There's some similarities. Is that font large enough though? That's better. That's better. The font size was large. It is. It already is large. That's as good as that's going to get. So that's back to how it was. To answer your question from 1,000 years ago, I don't know why we can't change the color of the handle in Beamstream. I'm just telling him it's good. I'm going to look into that in the Discord later on. We were watching this video. Let's continue. Shit.
Loop everything out a couple times. Let's just make sure we fit our 1 minute minimum. I think that should do it. All right, and just like that, I've now created my own content.
I'm a perfectionist, and I expect the same from my partners in life. You kind of already are there. Just saying.
10 ID time bomb.
So, now I forgot what he was talking about. Let's go right back to the start. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, out of my own curiosity, I am just dying to know if we can get a match for this right off the bat. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Oh, Jesus Christ. Now our grand scheme can begin. By creating an account with a service like Splice, you can quickly go to the most popular sample packs on the service and slap them together wholesale to make your very own Content ID goldmine.
My very legit
distributing this track with a digital distribution service, you can check the box to enable Content ID and watch the matches start rolling in.
You haven't seen my perfectionism until you've met me. Okay, I reckon I've seen it. I've seen you at work. I've seen you do things around the home, and let's say installing a fire extinguisher in GoVan, putting a little rubbish bin under the driver's passenger seat. I think you're quite the perfectionist. It's quite commendable. It's quite commendable.
If you're a little clever with the date you use, you can submit claims for any song released after that date because Content ID doesn't care. Now you might be asking, what is preventing you from doing this exactly, given that this is a pretty clear violation of the terms of service of all of the platforms involved? Well, when you decide to upload your song and check the magic Content ID checkbox, you are then presented with a very strongly worded page with a couple extra checkboxes you can simply click with no verification or secondary checks applied to the music itself whatsoever. So you go along on your merry way. There is nothing meaningful preventing anyone from doing this, and I think this is why in recent years we've seen such a huge uptick in people taking advantage of a clearly broken system to just scrape a couple pennies off the bottom of the barrel from independent artists who just want to make and release and share their music using these services that claim to be by artists for artists. It's basically the equivalent of someone taking a stock photo, adding a watermark, and then copyright claiming anyone who happens to use that stock photo. Pretty neat stuff, huh? As we all know, there's really only one thing that artists want, and that's money for nothing and chicks for free. I know we've already talked about bots and botted playlists, but there's another side to this coin that's becoming more common and sophisticated and seems to be most prevalent on Spotify thanks to its incredible market share in streaming. As I'm sure any independent artist watching this with even a small following can attest, there is not exactly a shortage of these stupid cold pitch emails from these promotion services wanting to help you boost your album or single and really take things up to the next level. Many of these services keep their wording carefully vague, offering things like targeted playlisting and high engagement campaigns, where they're able to get you a special deal with a high following playlist to add your...
They're literally just paying bot services at that point.
Your tracks in exchange for, of course, a one-time special fee as part of a limited time offer because they really just want to push your music out there, man. In looking at these playlists, on the surface, they'll often appear pretty legitimate with a reasonable or sometimes substantial following and tracks from artists that appear to have a good amount of streams. But there's always one dirty...
Hey, sorry to go back to this, but Elfsar, you changed your handle color in Kick. Before then, it was red. Did you ever choose red in Kick? How did you get a red handle? How did you get, how is yours red? Just curious.
A little secret they conveniently forget to mention. Literally anyone can make a Spotify playlist. One of the biggest contributors to this scene, if you want to call their work contributing, is Soids, which formerly went under the name ChartMob and then Shong.live.
You did it under the chat identity settings in Kik, but whatever you chose, now it's not reflecting that color, right? Because at some point you had red. You can choose it for each channel. In Kik, you chose your handle color for each channel in Kik. You can choose your handle color. You can choose your handle color in Kik. I was never red in Beamstream. Yes, yeah, you were. Someone was. Yeah, who was it? There was someone who was red in. What? I'm confused. Go back up. Wasn't there someone who was red in Beamstream? I'm literally just scrolling back up in it. Did I get that wrong? There was no one who. So who was Sophia talking about then? Who was red? She's gone, by the way, but I think. Who was red then? Charlie was purple. Okay, I'm really confused. Charlie was purple. Who was the red one? I think Charlie was red. Sophia's still here. Okay, so Charles, how did you do that? How did you change your handle color? I'm going to check mine. Settings, I guess. Charlie said he changed it on Beamstream. Charlie said he changed it on Beamstream. Now we're getting somewhere. So it's not me that can change it. It's the individual. But that wouldn't make sense because Charlie's a viewer in my stream, not a streamer. So why would Charlie even need a account? And there he is. I only changed it on Kik. So, okay. So then create a dashboard. What the fuck? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? In Beam, I could not change it. Bananas. I'm looking in Kik here to see if I can change mine, and I don't see anything. No idea. It might just be that it's random. I thought we agreed that we weren't fucking around. Yeah, sorry.
Now, for some reason, Soids, but it's actually Sours. They position themselves as an AI-targeted algorithmic streaming platform promotion service. Their website, at first glance, looks pretty okay, and of course it's packed with incredible heartfelt testimonials.
Yo, what's Gucci? It's your boy, your mom's celebrity crush, Evanson Kyle. Just listen to him on the radio, seen on the silver screen.
As we've already seen, services like these are not only completely pointless thanks to distributors and streaming services cracking down on anything they even remotely deem as suspicious in order to not cut into the shareholders' payday, but also a great way to get your music banished from the platforms forever. Services like these are also notorious for adding artists to their playlist in order to try and get their attention from a boost in their streams, to then get the artist to want to reach out to them to then pay for these incredible promotional services. And of course, it's always a giant bag of bullshit. Now, everything we've talked about in this video up until now, it's become pretty common, and it's annoying, but there are a couple more recent developments.
Okay, that's Charlie chatting from Beam, and it chose pink for your handle. Interesting. I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm just going to chat from Beam as well. I'm going to say, this is me. This is me in Beam. I wonder what color it assigns me. A version of pink. Interesting. Fuck me. That's purple. Yeah. But it's interesting that it just, I guess it just chose a random, because I never chose that color. So it's a Beam stream we've assessed just chooses random colors.
Developments in the streaming scam world that are infinitely more fucked up. Have you ever been notified that your favorite artist uploaded a new song and then you go to stream it and it just doesn't quite sound right? In recent years, there's been an incredible rise and even some pretty high-profile cases of artists being added as collaborators to productions that they had absolutely nothing to do with. And this is all thanks to people trying to take advantage of streaming platform algorithms. Collaborations. It's the age-old tale in art wherein two artists come together to mix and share their spiritual output for the betterment of the world. But what if I told you there's a way to do it without all the fluid mixing and shame, with just a couple clever strokes of the old keyboard? Most digital distribution platforms have a feature for releasing collaborations with pretty simple tools to credit the artists that were involved. After uploading your track, you can add your collaborators as a featured artist, and away you go. Generally, these services also feature tools to split the revenue between the artists, with some offering percentage splits of down to 0% for the featured artists. So, by uploading a song and tagging a popular artist, these scammers get their songs put on the release radar of anyone following or interested in the artist that was tagged, in an attempt to either promote their music or just quickly cash in on the royalty revenue while the streams from thousands or even millions of fans roll in, while no one is the wiser. I know all this seems a little far-fetched and just like general alarmist YouTuber bullshit, but it's really easy to do. Let's take a look. I would also like to take a moment just to preface this by saying this was all done with a brand new account that was set up with completely fake information. I even had my VPN set to a country I have never been to in my life in order to try to give them every possible chance to not let this work. Of course, once my credit card was accepted though, away we went. I decided to upload my music and, oh man, I've got to verify my things real quick. Let's do that once more. Let me tell you, it's a good thing there's not an easy way to fake a phone number or something like that. After that, I decided, you know what the heck, I'm feeling a little zany, let's come up with a cool name. And of course, I had to go with the Good Reverend. Every collaboration deserves some special artwork, so I really poured my heart and soul into something. Back on the old service, needed to add a name, came up with something that should be all right. Then I just needed to add my featured artist, and this one is featuring me.
Now
Music and lyrics, whoever, don't care. Now I need to map my artist, and of course
Now he's making a mockery. I'm back on Kick. The video froze, but the audio kept going. I'm just on Kick. I'm there. I'm refreshing at my end. It's fine. It's completely fine. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know, but it's your end.
Filled it out
5x5 for there. Thank you,
the
Elsa.
right
Thank you for. It's rad when someone else comes in and says 5x5 at your end. Yes.
page. Now we just have to very much not lie and check the right.
I like what he's doing here. He's showing us how it's done, and he's giving every possible chance for the distribution service to not allow it to happen. He could. It's like filling in a form saying, "I live at 123 Fake Street, Fakesville."
Check boxes, and away we go. Of course, before we can actually upload anything, though, we hit yet.
Beam was the one that froze for you, Charles? Well, if Beam froze, that would be a problem for everybody because Beam is what's streaming this everywhere. So Beam better not freeze.
Another paywall to make our music sound even more incredible. I decided to skip that this time around, though. And just like that, we were done. And I shit you not, this was up on my Spotify page in less than, I believe, 7 hours. So you might be asking what happens when someone adds you as a collaborator, and well, it's kind of a whole lot of nothing. In researching for this video, I couldn't find any distribution service that had any kind of secondary approval process for featured artists beyond, in some cases, asking for maybe an email, meaning your next release radar hit is just out there waiting for you to enter a name until someone else actually catches on. This on its own sucks, But that's just half the equation here, because when it comes to getting these fake collaborations removed, it's an absolute nightmare. Not only do you have to fill out a bunch of forms with streaming services and the distribution service that released the fraudulent collab, you have to then wait weeks, or in some cases, like with Apple Music, months for these fake things to get taken off your official profiles. And there is no world in which that needs to be the case.
Wait, why fuck Beam, Charles? What's wrong with Beam? What's wrong with Beam?
That is absolutely ridiculous, but boy, we're just getting started. If you've used any major streaming service in the last 5 years or so, you've probably encountered a case of seeing your favorite artist upload an album or a track, and you go to listen to it and it's just a bunch of AI garbage that someone somehow uploaded to their profile as them. What blows my mind about all this is not only how stupidly easy it is to do, but how disgustingly common it's become for small independent artists to find this stuff put on their profiles and be forced to figure out how to deal with it. This is Ember.
You tried again and it's hit and miss. Okay, well, I mean, no one else is reporting it. I'd say it's your internet, just curiously.
She's a young artist who's been making music for only a couple of years. And recently, she found herself unfortunately needing to deal with AI-generated music uploaded to all of her official streaming platforms. And sadly, not being an established artist, she had no one in her corner to fight for her when it happened.
I don't feel that it's accessible for me as a smaller artist to protect my work, to protect my brand, my image. My immediate reaction to seeing it on my profile was dread. I have not released music in over 2.5 years now, I think, and trying to direct traffic to an upcoming album, I did not want AI music to be the thing people coming in are seeing, because like at that point my reels, I started to have like numbers in the thousands for views, which I'd never had before, and so I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see that. It's always stuck out to me that like,
wait, so someone can upload official music to her channels and just by calling it a collab it goes live on her channels? That's like someone uploading to That's and claiming it that we collaborated together. That would be
trying to distribute through CD Baby, which was my main distributor these past few years. You know, you can choose from the list of artists under, you know, who is you. I am not able to find my profile typically, and I always have to put in like a ticket because Ember is a common name and I'm a smaller artist. But I could easily click any other one of those profiles and it would probably get distributed. The barrier of entry is way too low. Like there needs to be some kind of verification. I didn't get any kind of notification when this happened. When I saw it, I definitely felt helpless to it because in my experience with CD Baby support, I was unsure that they would.
Gives a minute baddie porn collab incoming on with the music, with the song. That'd be weird.
Take the necessary action, and I was right. Their response to me like a few days later was, this may take up to 6 months to resolve across all of your platforms. I don't use any of the popular services for loops and whatnot. I just get some random drum packs off of Reddit. I don't use Splice or LoopCloud or anything. I've never used promotion
That's
services
gonna be weird.
like
That's going to be weird. Why don't, I mean, if you use anything, like just create your own. Like why would you just take samples off the internet? Just create your own. It's so easy to do a drum pattern on any DAW can create you a drum pattern that's going to be royalty free 100%, right? Then you tweak the sound. If you're really worried about the sound of the snare or something being copyrighted, just tweak it a little differently. I don't know why you just make songs. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Anyway.
Playlist push, all of that. I've never done that. This album, Silver Tongue, that I've been working on for basically the past 2.5 years, on and off, I've had to shelve because of AI slop getting added to my profile that made me want to switch distribution, and distribution, you know, takes 2 to 4 weeks to inspect your music, and that is a whole new waiting period. That
Doggo hears your voice on stream and she looks around like, hey, I know that. Oh, really? I'll be seeing her soon. Doggo. Platz. I said Platz.
I have to go through because I'm not going to deal with the bullshit that CD Baby is making me go through.
This has got me worried that my music is getting infiltrated. So I've got, I mean, my artist, that's I have music through Root Note that publishes it everywhere. She went and plus by herself? No way. That's music. So I'm on Apple Music. I mean, if I go, how? If I go to Apple Music, it just opens up my, like, I don't get how other people can upload music. As like, if people collab with me, I'd get a notification, right? None of their shit would go up on my profile. This is all my music. I don't get what she's talking about. How do you go to your music profile as an artist and have other people's music here? Your distribution. So I use Root Note for my distribution. Sell your music online, but they don't have a Root Note doesn't have like a database with music up front. This just sends the music out to all the platforms. What about if we search for, I guess what she's saying is her artist name. So if we search for that on Spotify, that's one of my songs. Right, so if we go to my profile, that's these are all my songs. These are all my albums. Featuring that wow, I'm on a radio station? Well, shit. Where are me royalties, mate? I get 3 monthly listeners. That's 3 more than just my ears. I'm on a radio station. That's kind of cool. So how does that happen? Okay, no thanks. Interesting. I still don't get what she's talking about, really.
That AI slop being added to my profile after releasing something that hopefully will bring more traffic to my profile. I don't want to be targeted in that way. I don't want, any mistakes to pop up there. I'm just going to go with what I think is the more reliable option at this point.
This has got to be one of the most just insane streaming scams out there. Not just because of how needlessly compromised digital distribution is, but because of how ridiculously easy it is to do. For example, using my handy-dandy brand new account, I decided to see if I could upload music to my profile as me. I was a little worried I would have to find my Spotify URI by copying the super secure code after the part of the artist URL of Spotify, but it was actually automatically there for me. Every album needs good artwork though, and once again I poured my absolute heart and soul into something truly, absolutely beautiful. With that out of the way, why not add just one more step to see if there's any reason that this can be stopped? Now we just have to fill out the correct information for who wrote the song. We scroll down to the bottom, pass a couple more upsell opportunities, and then check the right boxes to make sure everything is totally 100% legit. And we're off to the races. Of course, no music is complete without yet another upsell opportunity. Once again, I decided to decline. I figured my own work was probably good enough, and I was dying to see if this would actually end up on my verified artist page. We get the fun little check mark, and now we wait.
It'll happen, of course.
And just like that, there it was. And keep in mind, I could have filled this out with literally anyone else's information.
So what he's saying there is he could have called a song, "This Is Not That and used the artist name That's and it would have gone to my page. That's what he's saying. It is a bit frightening, but...
As I'm sure you've put together by now, it doesn't exactly take a rocket surgeon to figure out how to fill all of this in. And the most troubling aspect of it is there's really no secondary authentication or verification process for any of it. And yeah, I know. All of this sounds absolutely insane, and it's because it's simple but complicated. To try and make a bit more sense of it, I called up my friend Crystal, who you may know as Top Music Attorney. She's a law firm owner and specializes in entertainment law, and I figured I would get her to weigh in on why the hell any of this is even a thing to begin with.
In the realm of being a law firm owner and whether we deal with fake songs, infringers who are distributing and pretending, essentially identity theft, the answer is yes. For many years, we have dealt with this in the framework of just trademark infringement. But now what's happening is that, especially in the last few months, we have seen an absolute uptick in fraudsters using AI, because now it is just a matter of a few prompts to generate an endless amount of music. In the realm of maybe why independent artists are being targeted right now, maybe it's because there's a little less oversight. There's two companies in any one of these situations that come up with fake artists, fake music, right? It's going to be the actual music platform, so let's pretend it's Spotify, and then there's the actual music distributor, right? So both are engaged and doing takedowns and involved. Music distributors, starting with them, they have a tendency to say, we're hands off. We're not going to get involved with this because it's a legal question. And then on the flip side, well, Spotify and these other streaming platforms just aren't paying attention. But now you have trademark infringement and actual identity theft. And how to defend yourself from the fakesters, right? If this happens to you, which is you go and get a federal trademark. Very important. That little piece of paper, which has this registration number on it, allows you to go and use all these automated systems with music platforms. So meaning, if someone pops up pretending to be you and you have that piece of paper, you get to file a takedown, and it's very aggressive, it's very fast. And so it's one of the best ways to protect your brand, your name, and, well, your music. So if you're someone who's kind of new on if you find someone who's infringing, document it. Very important. Document it, because people change, they pop on and off of platforms. But here's your little tip. Figure out where they're based. Because in strategizing whether you want to go get that federal trademark to deal with this infringer, it actually matters where they are geographically in the general landscape of the future of music. And
just out of curiosity, her vocal is not synced to her mouth, and this is a video, not a live stream. He should have synced it. So we're talking about music here. He could have synced her audio up.
And digital service providers, I think a couple of things will happen and have to happen if we don't want the bad stuff to keep happening. But now what you're talking about is, what about all the fraudsters? Well, in order to deal with that, and if
the audio is lagging behind her, you see her move before she speaks.
Doesn't want to lose all of its independent artists, it needs to have a relationship with the music distributors, where music distributors are doing a better job. They're, at this point, one of the only things that can stop fraudsters from actually getting the infringing identity theft, use of the name, and sometimes even music onto the streaming platforms. But, it's up for conversation. Is it Spotify? Is it Amazon Music that should be doing this monitoring? And if so, what does that look like?
This is something that's becoming increasingly common thanks to the slop wave of AI garbage infesting every corner of the internet. And with the lack of verification and the ease and access of digital music distribution, artists now face a pretty bleak reality where even their official streaming profiles are effectively up for sale for as little as $20. I am honestly struggling to put into words how deeply angry this makes me. This was all done from a brand new account that was set up with completely fake information, uploading fake music to my verified artist profile in the same day in both cases. This was all done from an account that is in no way related to my own account with this same distribution service. I cannot understand how this is okay and why this is even possible. I don't know what to say here. I really don't, other than I hope the $44.99 was worth it. I really do. All of this culminates nicely, if you want to phrase it that way, into what I think is the next major scam targeting independent musicians online. Not just impersonating them, but using readily available tools and the loopholes we've explored in this video to quite literally become them. This is already happening, and it's starting to happen more and more. A lot of major DAWs, or digital audio workstations, which are the programs that musicians use to make music, have started to integrate AI-based stem separation features. This allows you to import a song, isolate the individual parts, and then play with them separately without needing to get the original stems or parts from the original producer. This actually allows for some good things like audio restoration or remixing, extracting and flipping samples, or other more creative applications that musicians may want to use.
Like learning the song. I use stems to learn how to play the songs.
But thanks to the advent of AI technology, these same tools that musicians use to make music can be used against them in some pretty despicable ways without any real meaningful protections in place. There are so many AI voice cloning services out there that exist as a shell to offer turnkey access to mostly open source models that can train off as little as a few minutes of audio training data. This means that by going to YouTube and using any of the millions of YouTube to MP3 converters, with a little bit of patience and some careful editing and a reasonably fast GPU, you too can become the Nickelback guy. And it really is that easy. This took me less than 30 minutes to do, which means anyone out there can open a DAW, separate the stems, create a data set, import that, train it locally, and create a clone of someone's voice, and then use that on anything that they decide to produce. And as far as I'm aware, none of these tools have any kind of content ID type checking system to make sure what you're importing is actually okay to import and start extracting stems from. So that's lovely. I'd love to show you in more detail how exactly all of this works.
I feel like just on a side note here, are we at, like, to coin the phrase or to use the phrase, the intersection of technology? Like this situation, yes, it needs some kind of resolving. It's running rampant, but is this kind of like saying when the advent of VHS recorders, this means anyone can record any show off the television and store it in their own private collection to then give to their friends and have a movie night? Are we going to see the removal of cinemas? Is cinemas going to die because everybody can record their own programs? Is that kind of it? Like, you know, the AI is here. We're never going to not have AI. AI, they say AI right now is the worst it's ever going to be. It's at the very beginning. It's only going to get better, stronger, more productive, more performance. Everything's going to get way, way, way better. We're at that starting point where it's a little funky. Once things sort of level out, will this just be like, dude, this video will age so terribly because we've moved on to this another like decade where people just accept that AI generated music or content is its own thing. Maybe there needs to be a direct specification whether this content is derivative, collaboration, or someone's unique work. You can still use the AI tools to generate the work, but you've got to specify what the work is. It's like on YouTube right now where there's these fucking stupid videos that are pretending to be human, but they're AI. I don't think they should be competing in the same playing field as the actual human-generated content. If I spend, you know, a day making a drink review and I go and shoot shoot the video, the B-roll, do all the post-production, put it all into a video, that shouldn't have to compete with someone who literally takes stock footage of the same beverage and then infiltrates it with an AI script and then gets Morgan Freeman to read that script and then uploads it to the internet and competes with my video. I should be on a separate play. Like I should be, no. These are the actual human created content and this is AI generated. In fact, maybe YouTube shouldn't allow AI content. Maybe there should be a complete separate a fork right from the beginning. It's like, this is YouTube AI and this is YouTube real. What do you want to watch? I don't think it's about the tools. It's about the guardians in place to protect the original artists. Yeah, and Elsa, it's running rampant right now because it's so early and because these distribution networks are making a fucking ton of money off of it. So they're all cashing in on this, right? The more uploads to their distribution service they get, the more money they get. They scrape all those 3 cents or whatever I get from RootNote. Every 4 years I get a 12-cent check or whatever. They're taking half of it, right? Or not half, but close to half of it. Do that with every single artist on the planet. Do that with every single bot artist account. They're still cashing in. Yeah. That's my take anyway. And I'm sticking to it.
works, but UMG would probably ram the fat veiny rod of content ID down my throat just like they've done to Rick Beato for years. But, you know, UMG, if you're watching this, I think you have bigger things to worry about than independent music educators on YouTube. For instance,
look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, but this is not a great example because this is not a very convincing AI version of that Nickelback fucking lyric. It's not. As soon as the first word, I was like, AI. You can hear it, right? So it's like, remember when James Hetfield? No, it was Lars Ulrich. He was like, MP3s, they're never going to catch on. They sound so shit. Yeah, they did because the bit rate was like 96 kbps or whatever back then, right? 128 kilobytes a second. Then it went up to 160. Even 160 sounds horrible. Now it's 320 or lossless. But like in this instance, that doesn't like this. I think it's interesting. It's an interesting problem, but it's going to naturally, or not naturally, but with time, it'll resolve itself because we all know this is AI.
On YouTube. For instance,
look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. How did AI get this bad? And what the hell is on Beato's hand?
the big problem with a lot of this AI stuff is that Pandora's box is now open, and given that there are no shortage of AI voice cloning services out there shilled to you by every brain-dead review slop you...
That's, by the way, that's a weird angle he's chosen. This one, I'm going to put the camera on my floor and look down to it. It's like I'm talking down to all of you. All of you down there, I'm above you.
YouTuber on the planet, I am sure that this is about to become an absolute shit show for any independent artist.
The next scene he should have is like a right above. He's like, and so my take on AI is that we need to really put a pinpoint on this. Like, that would be the greatest angle.
In the future with a notable following. I know this video maybe comes across framing this all as a giant...
Also, this has gone on way too long, but it's monetized at 40 minutes worth. So.
This video maybe comes across framing this all as a giant dystopian nightmare, and I'll just level with you here, that's because it kind of is. But here's really my little ray of sunshine sprinkled on top for you. My hope with this video is that it opens a platform for discussion about the absolute insanity facing independent artists online, and it grows to such a point where distribution services and streaming services finally have to start addressing it and make meaningful changes to fix what is a clearly broken system and enforce actual meaningful consequences against those who decide to abuse it.
Or the alternative is it forces musicians to go back to the old days where you record a demo, hand it out to your mates, play a few shows, get a party of people together, get a venue, play shows, run out, go touring, do it back grassroots. Maybe the digital realm might be too tapped into right now. Maybe it needs to go back. You know, you're seeing a lot of people at festivals and venues say no cell phones. No one's allowed to bring a phone in here. They do that now, right? You know, before it was like no one had cell phones. Nobody owned one. Now everyone's got one. Now they're saying, if you want to come and see, who's the latest one that I saw that did that? Rufus Wainwright. Rufus Wainwright.
Use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
I'll do all three of those with the hole. I'll stuff the hole. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, no cell phones. I mean, it's happening, right? People are kicking up. People are turning back on digital. You know, maybe that's how it goes.
If you're an independent artist and you want to do something about it, I would encourage you to share this part of the video with your distribution service so they can just answer one simple question. What the fuck is the deal here? This is all stuff that's been solved with an email notification about a change on your account, or an approval code texted to your phone, or a code you enter from an authenticator app to verify something that's happening. This exists in nearly every other space in every other industry. So what exactly is the problem here? Please explain that to me. Artists have a duty to protect their work, and I absolutely believe that you always should. And I think that as artists, we also have a duty to help newer artists who are coming up in this space to ensure that they're treated fairly by a system that actually provides meaningful protections against this kind of bullshit. And I don't know, if I want to end this video on anything, I guess it's just, please keep making music.
Well, okay.
It's good. It just is, and you should always do that.
With the caveat that don't use automated samples that have been provided. Create your own, maybe.
Force of human creative expression is only going to exist.
Crack that homebrew. I'm not drinking. I'm having a glass of water, but I'll definitely sip from said glass. Thank you, Charles.
For such a small window in the grand scheme of everything. And I truly believe that it's always going to be a worse place without you playing your part in it. And I mean that. I really fucking do.
I really hope that those sample musics, the ambient background music he's running there, I really hope he created that. I hope that wasn't a sample. I don't want to Shazam it myself, but I wonder if it's listed there. He went out with a bit of a bang there. Where is the... Okay. He's a musician and makes his own music. Yeah, I was just wondering particularly about that track. Look, I'm not disagreeing with what he's saying. I want to be clear about that. I'm not disagreeing with his content there. I will critique it and say I think it went on a bit long. But then again, we stopped it so often, and it probably felt longer because of my waffling with the chat and all that stuff. But I feel like that could have been a bit more succinct, and I don't think it's so important. It feels important right now, but with a few small tweaks in the system, this will be a nothing burger in a few more years. And you might say, well, that's because he made this video and alerted people to the fact. Sure. If there's enough groundswell, things will change, right? People will stop using those services. People will start making it so apparent that it's fraudulent that they just won't be used, right? But AI is here. It's not going away. It's here. It's here for the long haul. It's the worst it's ever going to be. It's in the infancy stage. Get used to it. Things are going to be AI generated. Maybe there needs to be the split down the center of how we define what's what. I define what's what right now in the sense that this stream is going to come to a conclusion. Thanks for being here. Cheers all. See you later. I'm thinking about running some kind of outro music here. I mean, I know there's background music, but should there be an outro sort of tune rolling here? I just like this idea that the stream's over, but maybe there needs to be can someone generate me some AI music as we roll out here? Leave that up to you to do, all right? Someone's got to do that. I do everything else for the stream. The very least you could do is generate me the music.